Alright guys, BLM here, back with another live stream. We do have a decent amount to talk about tonight. Obviously last time, or since the last time we streamed, we got more Big Brother stuff. We got Challenge USA episode, we got the BBAU finale. So yeah, there's that. I've been working on a lot of videos, so yeah, yeah, might as well. And we're going to start Horizon here, New Game Plus, which I haven't done yet. We'll see how this goes. I'm probably going to start it on the highest difficulty, but I doubt that will work out, but we'll see. Yeah, Reggie, very unexpected win. I definitely didn't call that since week 2, or whatever it was. How do you do this again? Oh, you have to go to the base, right? I looked this up the other night of how you start New Game Plus. It's kind of dumb that you can't just do it from the menu, but whatever. Played 3 hours of 3 houses. Oh, you were going to play only 3 hours, but you played 7. That's, yeah, I think that might be an issue. Feel bad for Tiffany going so early. Yeah. I knew she went early. I didn't know exactly how early it was. I didn't know if it was this episode or next episode, but I did know that she went relatively early. And yeah, I mean, like, I feel like this is an example of like her just having a massive target on her back, as like obviously like due to BB23. Interesting that it doesn't fall back on like Xavier, who won the season. Like, I think that's something that's a bit questionable, but yeah, like, I mean, I think it was a lot of it had to do with the target that was on her back. Yeah, happy for Kayla and James, both really likable on this season. Happy that they won. But yeah, let's start New Game Plus. Experience the journey again for a new challenge, better gear. Your current state will be preserved by a new one for new game. Okay, let's see how this goes. I did watch Amazing Race Canada. I thought it was a better episode than the premiere. Not to like any like it didn't really like radically change my opinion on the season that much, but yeah, I thought it was a solid episode. So can you change difficulty after you pick this? Because like last time we did Horizon Zero Dawn, I went for the hardest difficulty and won't let me change. Hopefully it does. Whatever. If you choose ultra hard, you end up. Okay, never mind. I don't know. Should I do this? Because like I don't have the confidence that I'll be able to do it on stream. I feel like if I was doing it on my own, I would go for it. But like I don't know. I don't want to like waste hours on stream and then like decide to lower the difficulty and then just redo everything again. So yeah, so you can do that. I don't know. Let's just go for normal. Yeah, let's just go for normal this time. Maybe down the road we'll do harder difficulty. Skip tutorial. You can start in Chain Scrape? That's really fucking dumb. I really don't want to do that. Like, you miss out on so much story stuff, or whatever. Yeah, I thought this was a fun challenge episode. I'm really liking Challenge USA. I actually think this is probably the best season of Challenge USA, or Challenge in general, in a while so far. I mean, like, obviously we're only 2 episodes in. But, like, as of right now, I'm very high on the season. I think this is probably the, I don't know what, best season since War of the Worlds 2 for me, probably. Love Island people are pretty fun characters. I mean, like, I assumed that they would be. It's just that, yeah, I haven't watched Love Island, so I didn't know who these people were coming into it. But, yeah, I assumed that they were good, like, casting choices. Like, I'm trying to think, like, yeah, like, pretty much all of them are, like, solid. Like, obviously Shannon, like, doesn't really want to be there, but, like, that's because she kind of, like, she was an alternate, right? And, like, she didn't know she was going to be out there until the last second. But, yeah, like, outside that, I feel like they're all fine. I mean, like, Kira, like, I don't know how much we're really getting from Kira, but outside that, yeah, they're all good. Watching Survivor Africa, it's better than you remember. Yeah, I mean, I like Africa. I've always liked Survivor Africa. Again, like, in the grand scheme of things, when I'm ranking seasons, it's like, I don't know, like, what is it, like around 25 or so, somewhere in that range. So it's like not super high when I rank them all, but I do really like the season. I did watch tonight's Big Brother episode.
I've been searching for months
like,
for what I need.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's 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 not the most accurate episode in the world. But then also, I do struggle with like thinking like how exactly they fix it. I don't know. It's like,
But every time I think I have,
because like the thing is like the problem with the current situation is that to display it on the show, I feel like the show would need to be able to explain why these things are happening. The problem is that there is no why. That the entire situation like was like an initial thing that started like immediately after like Taylor came into the house, that like all the girls like almost instantly hated her. And because there's not really like an easy explanation to why without diving into
I see you.
like essentially Paloma's point of view and like the point of view of these people who are like
Waiting
who have a like warped point of view of the situation.
for 1,000 years.
Like I like it's a tough
You're the
like thing from an
closest
editing
person I've
standpoint
ever
because like
had to a mother.
at the end of the day they can only work with what they have. I do think the one big thing for me that I would change is the dress up scene where they showed like Taylor like going in all of her outfits and everything. Like they displayed that as if Taylor was doing this on her own, when in reality like the girls were telling her to do this and wanted her to put on a show for them. And then when she does, they continue like they end up bashing her for it and then call her like, oh, how like I don't know, what was it? I don't know, how delusional she is or whatever, like how unaware, like lacking of self-awareness and that sort of thing. It's like I think like the show that dichotomy would have made this better, but like outside that, it's like it's tough considering to get the information, like because like I don't know, because yeah, they can only work with the information that they're getting from the players themselves, and with Taylor not being in the know of the situation, it is like a tough situation to show in the episode in an accurate way. So I don't know, like I overall didn't like how the episode portrayed things.
Was my only remaining lead.
Because like it
My
got the
last hope to
basic
find the
concept out in the sense that okay, Taylor's being mistreated, like Paloma is this villain, whatever. Like it does villainize the quote unquote bad guys, and like it does show like Taylor like not being treated correctly, but also still like puts some of the blame on Taylor. When in reality, it's like there's not as much blame to put on her, because like the entire situation for like, oh, she went to Monty and told Monty that Paloma said whatever. It's like that didn't matter at the end of the day. Like that was the thing that happened after Taylor was already going on the block. Like that happened the night of, after Pooch had already convinced Daniel to put up Taylor. So like I don't know, like, it's weird because like obviously it's a show and they need to have a storyline.
Must be urgent since you left so fast.
And like this, like I fully understand why they went this route with the story, but it also makes it like, again, it obviously detracts from the reality of the situation, which is underwhelming. But
Actually, but
David is goofy, kind of love him. I mean, like
I should.
David's edit is hilarious to me. Like he got no confessionals episode 1, and the one time he was shown, it was like kind of in a doofusy way. And yeah, again in this episode, also shown as a doofus, where he's talking about like, oh, I'm going against Tyson, the best competitor. I want to see how they stack up, and then he instantly falls after that. So that was something. Algorithm's fun. I mean, like, is it? It's really just the producers hand picking who's paired up, isn't it? Like, I don't think there's no algorithm. It's literally just like the producers deciding who's paired up with who every round.
I need to be able to see what I see.
If I could even watch BB, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I can get it. I mean, to be fair, there wasn't much to gain out. Like, I don't think we didn't learn anything new necessarily from this episode. We did see some scenes that I don't think were on the feeds, right? Because I don't believe the initial Taylor Monty conversation was on the feeds, right? Or is it that, or was it the time that one of the conversations that led to the Paloma, to the Taylor Monty thing, was on the feeds, I believe. So that's something new that we saw. But like outside that, I mean, yeah.
You see like this all the time?
How the fuck can you play a New Game Plus of this and like skip this entire section? Like that's so weird to me. Like this is such an integral part of the game. I mean, I guess if you're replaying it, it's like you're, again, you're replaying it, so you know the story and everything, but still, it's so weird that you would play it without, like, getting the setup of the Aloy Varl stuff.
Shall we?
Canadian feed for BB was muted for first 45 minutes. Why? That's weird. Like, who muted it? Like, was it from a broadcaster thing or what?
Some medicinal plants. Stock up.
What I think backstage twist could be. Again, initially I was thinking it was a third nom. I'm kind of leaning towards it maybe being a competition at this point. Like, I mean, we know that. Okay, what the fuck happened to the lighting? Why was it so bright and then all of a sudden it got super dark? Wait, congratulations on reaching the final or maximum level. There are no further. Oh, so you can't go past 50 even with New Game Plus? That's kind of shit. What am I even using? Oh, do you have a preset thing? Oh, okay. Well, so New Game Plus doesn't actually even start until Chain Scrape. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, the algorithm picked Cinco and Cache to be together. That was definitely not intentional. I thought it was a really good episode of USA. I think it was one of the best challenge episodes in a while, from my point of view. Oh, you have to fucking heal first.
Bitter?
Yeah, well, at least they make you feel better.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's struggling with BB24 at this point.
Grab more of these plants along the way.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll be honest. I have not been paying attention to feeds as closely as I have with, like, what I typically do at the beginning of a season. As over the last few seasons, like, I just, like, don't really care that much yet. Like, I mean, like, I know the general sense of what's going on. I've seen, like, clips of, like, Paloma being crazy and stuff. And then, yeah, like, I've seen stuff, but it's like, I'm not, like, diving into, like, every single conversation like I typically would be at this point. Mainly because I don't care, really.
We can use the line to slide down.
Yeah, I did see some. Well, which Survivor news are we talking about? We're talking about the Redmond thing today, which, like, wasn't really anything new. Like, the only thing new was, like, confirming suspicions I already had. By the way, something that is annoying about that is that I literally recorded the 4344 video last night. I got up this morning, edited it, and right after I finished editing, I saw the Redmond thing. So that's annoying. But, like, it doesn't really change the video at all. Like, it really, because, like, it just, like, I already assumed the things that he was saying were going to happen anyway. So, really, it just talks about these, like, concepts as more speculation instead of, like, being, like, more so confirmed from Redmond. But it's, like, yeah, it shouldn't matter too much. It's, like, 23 minutes. It's not super, like, I spend more of the video talking through each of the twists. Because this is what it is, like, 43 cast wait, no, it's not speculation. 43, 44 cast reaction, and then thoughts on the current state of Survivor. So it's like the first, like, I think it's 7.5 minutes or so are the 43 casts. And I run through the promo as well, the preview that we saw at the end of 42. So yeah, that's like most of the 43 section. I talk about 44 very briefly, like it's like 2 minutes, maybe 2.5, something like that. And then the rest of the video is talking, like, essentially going twist by twist, and talking about my thoughts on the twists from the last season, whether or not they'll come back, and that sort of thing. And really also, the basis of that is also the Jeff Probst interview that we had at the 42 finale, where he explicitly, like, mentioned, like, what is coming back, what isn't, and that's kind of why I run through. The one thing that I think from Redmond that was kind of new, that again, like, so in the video, I do talk about the Earn to Merge thing, and I talk about, like, because there are, like, rumors out there of, like, okay, that the Earn to Merge is now, instead of Hourglass, it's going to be a tribe, it's going to be the split tribal, whatever you call it, where, like, you split the merge tribe into two, and then they go tribal, like, that will be at Final 12 now instead. Redmond, based on the way that Redmond talked, it seems like that's not the case. But not really confirmed either, but I still, like, obviously in the video I talked about that. That's the only thing that can be, like, a little bit inaccurate at this point, but again, I'm not going to redo the video for that, because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, that's not even really confirmed anyway. So, yeah. That is that. Russell must have made a 44 video. Okay for him. what do you talk about? Like, I legitimately want to know, like, what the fuck is there to talk about the 44 cast? Because again, I felt like I talked about like all that I really cared enough to talk about in like 2 minutes. Like, there's not much to really say unless you're like going like deep into like looking all these people. He made a winner pick? How the fuck do you make a winner pick off of fucking 18 pictures? Some of these people don't even know their jobs or ages and stuff. It's like, what are we doing? I don't know, whatever.
But can't reach it from here.
Nothing a well-placed arrow can't knock free.
Again, 43, I can get it at this point. Like, we have a lot of information about 43. Which is why, like, again, like, I talk 8 minutes about the 43 cast in comparison to the 44 cast. Like, 43, I as of right now, I think my winner pick would be Ellie. But, again, obviously, like, I'm not going to lock that in until we get the official preseason stuff. But, like, I mean, like, I feel like we have enough information in 43 to make, like, a reasonable guess. Like, 44, there's literally nothing. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're making your winner pick off of. But whatever. I heard about Twist of Eviction. I've not heard anything official. Heard a lot of speculation on it. Yeah, like, when I think of Tiffany's run, again, like, I think a lot of it is harmed by the fact that she just came off of 23. 23 had the biggest presence there, and then also she was shown to be this, like, mastermind of the cookout. Like, I think that instantly put a target on her back. Cashel? Is that how you pronounce it? I keep forgetting. Like, he was there.
Focus can help us.
Didn't get much from him. I did find it funny that he spelt out Kira on the spelling board thing, but outside that. What difficulty did I pick again? I don't even remember. I picked normal. Okay, let's go to hard, very hard, since you can change it. Then if we get to like a bullshit fight, then we'll lower it. Yeah, so he didn't social media stalking. Yeah, that's why I just don't care enough to do. I'm not gonna fucking stalk these people who are rumored to be on fucking Survivor. I don't care enough.
Got it.
Am I watching Claim to Fame? No, I'm not. Yeah, Survivor's nominated for Emmy. It's nominated for Emmy every year, though. I believe this is actually, like, it was only nominated for 1 Emmy this year, right? So that's kind of underwhelming, if anything. And it was, what, cinematography, I believe?
It's good to have extras.
I feel like every year it's, like, nominated for, like, something. Mind you, it's been, like, random shit ever since Cook Islands. And not, like, best reality show, but Amazing Race got nominated for reality show. I sure A&W did it, which is fine.
I know they made some tech trades with Zero Dawn, but
Do I think Backstage Pass could save Taylor? Probably. Like, I don't know if they want to. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't think the producers want Taylor to be saved. I think, if anything, this is like a bad thing from the producer standpoint that Taylor could be saved. Because, like, from their point of view, I think they want to get Taylor out as quickly as possible so that they can get rid of this controversy. Like, I think they, like, I wouldn't be surprised they like Taylor. But I just, like, don't see why they would want to keep Taylor around when it's stirring up so much, like, negative press about the show. It seems to be kind of, like, undermining, like, the goodwill they got last year for the cookout.
Acid. That explains the smell. And it looks like something big came in.
So I feel like they probably want Taylor out as quickly as possible, realistically. You have to craft it, right? So I have to build the thing.
we should take a look at the rubble in that gap.
Is Reggie's win a satisfying end? I guess. Like, not from, like, a game standpoint, but it's also, it's like, it's BBAU, who the fuck cares? Like, from a storytelling standpoint, considering, I am assuming this is the end of BBAU for a while. Like, I don't think BBAU is coming back after this, in its current, like, form. So, like, in that sense, I think it's a satisfying end for the show to crown its, like, first two-time winner, before probably going on hiatus for a while again. I think that's satisfying. But, I have to examine this first. Oh. But yeah, like
Came through here.
realistically, like
Down as it
I would
went
have
out.
been happier personally if Reggie didn't win, but or if like someone other than Reggie won, but it's like realistically it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I did hear about the Ben and Chase split,
I
which
think I got something.
that's something. But yeah, you probably are the only person sad about it. I'm not like happy. I just don't really care.
And this gear pulls it back.
Twisted that winner of America's vote is safe. Pick has okay. That's what I assume. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I was assuming it was going to be.
Pull it out.
Yeah, that the so yeah, that America would save one person. Pooch has to pick between the other two, and then that person does like a battle back with Taylor. So, if that's the case, then like again, Taylor has a shot. I think to be honest though, I think this would be disappointing to see Paloma go home from this. Personally, actually, to be honest, like I think it is really. I think it is probably better if Taylor just goes home at this point.
Machine. Help fix the gears.
Because like at the end of the day, it's like even if she stays here, it's like she's probably still going to be a target for a decent amount of the house coming into next week. We might just get another repeat of a week where Taylor just goes home again next week. Like it probably is for the better that she just goes home at this point. And also for the sake of like her herself also.
Machine cable. Stronger than rope.
But like again, like I feel like if Paloma were to go home this way, I would be kind of underwhelmed. I do think Paloma, like again, obviously is like not super likable at this point. Also, just kind of a like she's kind of losing her mind in there. But again, like I think like she's being set up for this like Devin-esque downfall. And I think for her to go home week one, like I guess it would be satisfying that it would be against Taylor though, the person that she like is like the main orchestrator behind like all the negativity around her. I guess that would be satisfying in a way. But again, like I feel like Paloma probably has like a couple more weeks in her before she gets taken out, but whatever. Leak says the person that wins becomes the new backstage boss. Yeah, that's what I assumed also. But actually, no. I was assuming the America's vote would be the backstage boss.
Scan the area. Have to find a way to
that's what I was assuming. So I was assuming like Brittany would be, considering I'm assuming she's going to win. Yeah. Reggie's one of the first five people to win 2 times. Not the first ever, like the show is claiming. Should Taylor have applied for the show knowing she goes? I mean, like. Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna apply for a show.
Our truth is simple.
Yeah, I think the Taylor hate like in the house has like been dying down ever since she's been nominated, and like everyone knows that she's on her way out. Hey, I think that's a lot of that stems from the fact that they know she's on her way out. Yeah, not the biggest Jasmine fan. I think Jasmine's probably the person that I like the least of this cast at this point. But yeah, I mean, she's probably going to be there for a little bit though. I don't see her going home anytime soon. Level of challenge spin also better than recent seasons of the main show. Yeah. I mean, I don't even like All Stars like isn't the greatest in the world for me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what like. I guess it's just like the direction that they're taking the main show is like kind of a major issue for me. What am I doing here?
Oh, I might be able to get up there.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Wow, that worked.
If Taylor stays, she can build something with Indy, Brittany, and Michael. Because they don't like Paloma. I mean, she can. The question is, do you have confidence in her to actually do so? Especially when like Michael, like even though like they don't like Paloma, like someone like Michael in particular is in an alliance that currently holds numbers with Paloma. So like I don't know if Michael's gonna go out of his way to turn against that alliance unless like everyone else is already involved in going against Paloma. see. Who's my favorite number one? I mean, like, for which we're talking about Big Brother. Like number one power ranking wise, I think it's like I did do a rough draft of my power ranking of, was it yesterday or I think it was yesterday, right? So I did do a power ranking just because like typically I only do it after evictions, but I feel like there's probably going to be a lot that changes between now and after this eviction. So I decided to do one the other day just to like kind of see where I'm at right now. I have Kyle number one. I think Kyle is probably in the best spot right now. I have Michael too. I think they're like the definitive 1 and 2 for me. By the way, they did make an alliance made like a secret final 2. So I could see that being a very dangerous duo if it sticks true. And yeah, I'm like I think if Kyle makes like Endgame, I could definitely see him winning out. So, I feel good about Kyle. And then, again, Michael as well. Michael probably has, like, more options. Kind of. It's like Michael has more options in the sense that, like, the people on the outskirts are kind of still thinking he's on the outskirts. So through that, he can still work with those people. But I think out of the, like, core power structure right now, Kyle has more relationships within that core power structure. So really, at the end of the day, it comes down to, like, which side is going to hold the power. Hey Daniel, yeah, definitely becoming a disappointment. I'm making a Challenge USA review. I'm probably not gonna make reviews for the other spin-offs though. By the way, we did get a little bit of news on Challenge. On what was it? The Challenge Australia and Challenge Argentina. We got some cast members. Argentina, I don't know who any of those people are, so whatever. None of them are even reality stars, which is weird. Like, a lot of them are just, like, random, like, quote-unquote celebs. So that's just kind of weird. Australia, it's a lot of people that I don't know so far. We do have one Australian Survivor player in John, which is, like, whatever. And then we got Jessica Power, who was on BBVIP, and she's from Married at First Sight. So that's, like, fine. But, yeah, like, not the greatest group so far. I mean, like, obviously it's only, like, 6 people. But definitely not piquing my interest at this point. We'll see who the rest are. By the way, also, it does feel weird that... So this season's actually going to film at the same time as Heroes vs. Villains. So the people that are on Heroes vs. Villains are more than likely not going to be on the challenge. So no David... No Jordy, who I think would have been a top contender to be on the challenge. No Haley, though I don't know how likely that was anyway. No Jenna. Just like whatever. But yeah, like the people that are on Heroes vs. Villains more than likely not going to be on Challenge Australia. Do I think we'll get a mole revival? I mean, there's a chance. Problem is, Netflix is not doing the greatest right now, right? And if it does happen, it's going to be from Netflix. But yeah, I don't know how they're doing right now. Technically, The Traitors is like kind of close to a mole revival, isn't it? So that's something. Good or bad season BBAU? I mean, like, it's good for what it is, but what it is not good. So it's like it's the best. Like, it's as good as BBAU can be with the current format, but it's also still shit because it's the current format of BBAU. How long's the review? I literally just finished editing that earlier today. It is 1 hour and 54 fucking minutes. That's something. It's not coming out for, like, I think it's going to come out next Wednesday at this point. If I was able to get it done by noon today, I would have considered releasing it today, but I wasn't, so whatever. Like, yeah, it'll be out next week, which will be over a week after the season ends, but who really cares? Yeah, so this Saturday will be the 43-44 video, and then BBAU, then we got Survivor top 10 top 10 worst players to make the merge, then Big Brother top 10 worst players to make jury, then the Survivor cast ranking. That's the rest of the month. So it is some pretty big videos. I mean, like I'm expecting each of those Survivor videos to do decently well. The Big Brother one should do fine, and then BBAU is probably not going to do that well, but it's BBAU. So yeah, it's a pretty stacked like back half of the month after what was a really shit first half of the month. Which I should also mention. I was looking at stats today, my analytics, really bad. So for the last 28 days, like to a pretty humorous degree, but it's like kind of purposeful also, just because like I knew, like I've been kind of tanking the channel for the last few weeks. But it is really funny looking at the statistics and how low it is, but it's like, whatever. What is this? Okay, I think I fucked up my... Okay, there we go. Yeah, and after that... So, yeah, first episode of next month is going to be Merge Boot Ranking for Australian Survivor. After that's a bit more wonky on what exactly comes out, but I am towards the end of my... editing of the videos I can do for August at this point. I'm currently editing the pre-merge ranking. Okay, now I'm into which is the last video that is for sure going to come out next month. That I need to edit. Because after that, it's like mid-season power ranking of Survivor SA and BB24, which I can't do yet. And then also the reviews of South African player ranking, so it's like I can't do those. By the way, that's kind of insane to me. I just realized that in a month and a half, Survivor SA is going to be done. It's like, fuck me, dude. I'm so excited for Survivor SA, though. I'm really, really, really excited for SA, which obviously starts on Monday. I'm also intimidated in the fact that obviously it's going to be a lot. 4 episodes a week for 6 weeks. That's a lot of shit, but, yeah. Now, Big Brother cast ranking I'm not doing yet. Maybe sometime next year, but not anytime immediately. Is Kiara worse than Howie? I don't think either of them made the list. If I remember correctly.
The wilds have really grown over this place.
Or are we talking about like from just their HOHs? Are we talking about? Because I forgot. Yeah, the BB3 video did come out today, also, didn't it? But I would say like Kiara's. Is it worse than Howie's? Like, I think the actual decision making is worse. Like, I think the concept of Kiara going after Josh and nominating Roddy alongside Josh is the most ridiculous thing that Kiara could have done. Especially at the point where that's literally her only allies remaining in the game. Like, at least with Howie, like, he's nominating Sarah and James, but, like, Sarah and James, like, I mean, James, was, like, legitimately doing, like, sketchy shit, to where, like, it makes sense why he wouldn't trust James, and then also, it's like, he's not nominating, like, Janelle and Rachel, his 2 closest allies, so it's like, I think it at least makes more logical sense, for Howie to be putting up James. Again, it's still dumb, but, like, I think it at least makes more sense than Kiara's. Yeah, thank you for the P3 retrospect. It took forever to make. And like it is doing slightly better in my BB2 ones. I'm at least happy with that. Obviously, it's not doing that well in the grand scheme of things, but it's fine. Why don't I think BBAU is returning? Ratings were lower than last season, in a position where last season's ratings were low, to the point where that's why they did what they did with this season and bring back all these returnees, because they're trying to boost ratings. It didn't work. And adding in the fact that by this time last year, we already had the casting opening up for the next season, which we don't have at this point. I think the show's done. Like, even in the finale, no mention of, oh, we'll see you next time or anything like that. I think the show's done. I don't think it's coming back. I'd be very surprised if we do get another season next year. And if we do, I'll be very surprised if it's in the format that it's currently in.
Just have to wait for the right moment. Time to
to be honest, I don't even remember the detours at this point. I remember the owls, like the owl sounds and everything. What was the other one?
Damn! spotted.
Oh, by the way, have I mentioned that? I didn't mention that. I did start. Yeah, so I didn't do that yet. I did start not BBAU, Amazing Race AU, but not like 3 episodes.
Sneak up on him to take it out.
And also, like, I don't have the greatest opinions on it. I don't think, like, I'm kind of bored at this point, but I don't know. Like, I think there's like certain teams that are likable, but it's like for the most part, I just found almost the entire season so far pretty boring. Michael wins HOH. Who I think he'll target? I believe he's targeting Pooch, right? He's gonna put up Pooch and Turner. Is what the current plan is. I believe the plan is for them to throw the HOH to Michael, so that he can target Pooch and Turner. Because like everyone else in the house is targeting Brittany and Indy, right? They're targeting Indy, but they're gonna put Brittany up, and like they would be okay with Brittany going home too. But they want to take out Pooch and Turner, but they don't want to like blow up their spot. So and like Michael's willing to do it for them. So I believe the plan from that like core group is to throw it to Michael, which yeah, would be interesting. How serious do I think Julie is about all winners? I mean, I think she's serious in the sense that she wants to do it. The thing is that, again, she has no say in anything. Especially now that Les Moonves is out of the way. Like, she, like, is nothing. She's literally just there getting a paycheck for showing up and being a face of the show. Like, she doesn't actually do anything in terms of production.
Yeah, I know. Didn't have a lot of time to shave when I was trying to...
So, like, she has no say in, like, any, like, decisions actually being made.
Sorry, my whiskers offend you.
And to be fair, even like Alison Grodner and them like have no real say. Like this is all CBS thing.
Looks like this little guy got caught up in the blight. Couldn't escape.
I hope it didn't suffer long.
And like also, it's like I don't think they would do it now anyway. Like the question is like, would they bother trying to do diversity mandate because they straight up can't. If they were to do it right now.
Looks like there was a barricade here. Machines must have...
So, like, they would either have to wait for more diverse winners, or
Keep this for later.
just say fuck it to the diversity mandate, or like I don't know, just like add in like runners up or something dumb like that, which at that point like kind of ruins the point of even doing the season to begin with. Either way, I don't think
While we're here,
I don't think they're gonna do it.
traps of our own. Might come in handy against machines.
Oh yeah, okay, the math equation. I think the owl one's more fun. I would probably do better at the math one, though, personally. I mean, the thing is, like, if we are doing a shortened season, that means, like, we're probably doing, what, 12 people? 12 winners? How many female winners are there? There's, Lisa, June, Maggie... Jordan, Rachel, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. God damn, there's not many female winners, are there? Nicole, Casey. Yeah, they would need like almost every female winner, won't they? That's, yeah, even then, like that's already kind of fucked. To be fair, they can probably get all of them but Maggie. Oh, and Jordan. They can't get Jordan, I don't think. Yeah, so I mean, either way, you would have to wait, I think, even if you wanted to do it. I think you need one more female winner. Either that or, like, maybe do a cast of 11. But yeah, like, I think the other... they're not going to put Morgan on. Like, again, they don't acknowledge BBOTT as a thing that's existed. I think they could do Celebrity if they really wanted to. Especially considering it's taking the Celebrity time slot, if they were to do it. So, like, I could see them, like, having Marissa or Tamar. Or Misha, I guess. I forgot that all three of them are women. Yeah, I guess they could do that. But it's like, also, it's like, I don't want them to do that.
We're clear.
Let's keep going then.
Where'd I go about that?
Been in a lot of
But yeah, like, realistically, this is not happening, though. Like, realistically, like, I don't see it happening for a bit if they were to ever do it. I think, if anything, they're, like, maybe next Olympics, Winter Olympics, they do that instead of a celebrity season. That's not out of the realm possibility. But that's, what, 4 years from now?
That's a big story.
Which, I mean, like, by then, like, maybe they will have enough winners that are reasonable to get.
So the storms. The
But yeah, like, as of right now, I don't think it's even feasible
You were born
for them
fix all
to
that?
even get a cast together. What the fuck is happening? There we
Working
go.
our way around to the data center.
Yeah, not the crazy. I mean, not the. I love how I saw crazy in the thing. But anyway, not the greatest episode of Big Brother. I think Jessica and John will do. I mean, like, John should do fine. Like, he's like an affable guy. He's physical enough. Like, I think he'll do fine. I don't look at him as like a top contender to win, but I think he'll probably make it far. Jessica, I don't think will do well at all,
Like we've got to climb up.
but should be fun TV at least. So that's something. Why do I have no memory of this section? Amazing Race is not having an all-winner season.
Falling apart.
Again, they are never doing an Amazing Race all-winner season. Again, CBS does not care about Amazing Race to ever do an all-winner season.
Looks like
Again, when they're not even doing a Big Brother all-winner season, they're not doing a fucking Amazing Race all-winner season. I think Paloma's crazier than you. I don't know. And she has said some really weird things.
The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek, empowered by
Yeah, like Big Brother Legends, they could technically do that if they wanted to, especially like if it's a 1 month style season. They could probably do that right now if they wanted to, which I don't think they do, but yeah, if they want to. But yeah, like winners, it's such a limited field there to cast from. Luke for Challenge All Stars, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't know if he would want to do it, but you never know. Favorite twist in Amazing Race? I'm probably U-turn if we're considering that a twist. Yeah, like outside that, it's like I don't know. Like, I mean, like, I like having fast forwards everyone, but that's not really a twist considering that was like the initial like concept. Like that was the initial like format of the show that they took out. But that was something I liked. Yeah, I feel like Amazing Race all winners. Like, I don't think it would be that difficult for them to put together a cast. I just don't think they care to do it. Like, I don't even know if like does production even want to do it. Like I get the sense that production's like content with just having having newbies every season at this point.
Aloy?
Yeah, like we haven't had returnees on Amazing Race since what? I mean, I guess 31, but that was like a unique season. But outside 31, it's been what? All Stars 2, right? Since 24.
We're the exact same. Genetically identical.
Yeah, like I don't really get the sense that they're like dying to bring back people.
I wasn't born. I was made by a machine.
Yeah, I guess that is true. That yeah, he did come back for VIP, but then like if
As an infant.
I mean, I think like some of the motivation for coming back for VIP was that he wanted to win a show, but the fact that he's like now won a show, does he still have the motivation to do the challenge? But yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
It's called Gaia. And for a long time,
Interesting that like
searched for the world.
things again. Like I'm assuming he turned down Australian
Destroy
Survivor.
herself. So she made.
Mentioned that he would turn that down to do the challenge instead. Oh.
I'm the only one who can.
Well, I think the way that Brittany's playing the game, I think she's playing terribly.
This place.
She was playing like fine for a while, and then like she just blew up her game the other day,
Goddess spoke to you when you went into
and now
the
she's
home
like
of
one of the bigger targets on the board. So
Was that this?
that's disappointing.
Yes, but she's not the goddess, Laurel. There was
I mean, it's not that BB isn't taking Taylor's side because like they are. It's just that they're not doing enough to. But again, like I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. It's like it's tough to when they don't have they don't have the proper reason for why these things are happening because there is no actual reason. Like from a storytelling standpoint, it's tough to show exactly why Taylor is being targeted because there is no real reason why Taylor is being targeted.
Huh. Look at that. Aloy.
I think Xavier they would consider a legend. Like if we're doing BB Legends, 100% Xavier's on there. Tiffany's probably on there too.
We should keep moving.
After you.
I forgot to give you blast slings this early. Could be ready to do Reality Showdown as a 1 month? I mean, they could, but I don't know what the motivation for them to do it would be. Because again, the only reason they do these short and Big Brother seasons is to fill out time on the schedule. Especially like, I mean, like Celebrity Big Brother 2 is an exception. Because like that one was because like Celebrity Big Brother 1 did so well that they were expecting it to do well anytime that they did it, and then it just bombed. So they like, so I think they're at the point now where they're only going to do it for like occasions where they need to fill a schedule, which again, the Winter Olympics is a major one of those. Like outside that, like I don't see the incentive for them doing it. I am definitely gonna die. Janelle, Rachel, Danielle R, Tiffany, Devon, June, Derek. Yeah, I don't know if Kaser. I guess Kaser could come back for a 1 week season or 1 month season. I don't think Will is coming back, and I think for sure Dan is not coming back. I think at this point I'm more resolute in like I don't think Dan is coming back ever. I like the sense that I get from his like interview and everything, and like the way that he just talks about it in general is like I don't think he cares to play the game anymore. Like he doesn't have the drive to play the game. Like I think it's actually probably more likely that Will would come back than Dan, but I don't think either of them are coming back either way. Like I think Will would only come back for like an all-winner season, and even then isn't even a guarantee. Well, like I don't think Dan even comes back for that. Like I think he's kind of in the Cochran spot at this point, where like he doesn't really see a point in coming back, and like legitimately like just doesn't want to. Do I find Luke to be a celebrity? I mean, like enough to be on a celebrity reality show. Like in terms of like, are we talking like big name celebrity, as in like someone that everyone would know? Then obviously no. But like again, like these celebrity reality shows are like not really celebrities anyway. They're all like D-listers. So it's like at that point, it's like yeah, Luke's in line with those sort of people. Why is Taylor on the block? I mean, like, this is a fucking long thing. I mean, like, the initial thing is the fact that just straight up, like, Paloma and Alyssa and whatnot didn't like her right away. I think it stems from, like, her pageantry background and the fact that, like, I think they're, like, jealous to a degree and, like, that sort of stuff. I think the spot that gets icky is once she gets ostracized by the women, that causes obviously like Paloma to spread to everyone, like don't trust Taylor, that sort of thing. And then it gets to like Pooch is like the one saying like, oh, we need to put her up, like we need to backdoor her because like she'll explode when she goes on the block, which is like, what makes you think that? Like, and what, like, when has like Taylor ever been like shown any perpetuity for that? But I think that's where like it starts to get like a lot more icky, because like before it's like definitely like bullying behavior. But I think like once like the Pooch stuff started to happen, like she's actually like talked about again, like the reason why they put her up now in terms of like a backdoor with less time for her to like try to get her way out of it and everything is because of this notion of like, oh, she's gonna like blow up once she gets nominated and everything, and that's definitely perpetuated by microaggressions, and like that's where it gets icky. But again, it's funny that like the show portrays it as if Paloma like convinced everyone to put Taylor up, when it's like Paloma herself didn't want Taylor up. It's like the women, like Paloma had intentionally told the women, like, don't throw Taylor on the bus because we want a guy out this week. We want a strong guy out this week. Like, we don't want Taylor to go home. Yeah, obviously, it's like once Daniel was convinced already to put Taylor up, then that's when they're like, okay, I guess we're just going to let Taylor go home. But, like, she didn't want Taylor to go home. Like, none of the women wanted Taylor to go home. I mean, maybe Jasmine. But, like, the women's plan was to get Joseph backdoored. Like, Amira had actually even, like, who was it? Was it Amira and someone else? Maybe it was Jasmine.
Okay.
Who was the other person? But, like, they agreed, like, oh, we're gonna campaign to get, Joseph on the block. And they end up failing in that. Because, like, again, what happened is that Turner first went to Daniel and told him that, that Taylor would be like an easy target because like everyone would agree, and then Pooch comes in and like gives him that argument, and then that's when he's like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely putting up Taylor now. And like again, it stems from the fact that Daniel wants an easy HOH, which again I think is a reaction to the Frenchie stuff from last year, because I think he's trying way too hard to not be like Frenchie, which I think is causing him to be like way too passive in how he's approaching his HOH. What's Paloma's trajectory in the game? Probably out in 2 weeks. If not even out tomorrow. There's still a chance of that. But more than likely out soon-ish. Dr. Will got that Star Wars money. Did he actually make that much money from that? I would not be surprised if, like, he didn't get paid barely anything for that.
Three of those.
But you never know.
Oh,
he's definitely more of a celebrity than Danny Hayes. I fucking love Danny Hayes, but I'm too fair. I mean, they did add Danny late and everything, because I think they knew he was a celebrity. But
That would take weeks.
But yeah.
And we don't have that kind of time.
I actually kind of forget that at points that Danny Hayes was on VIP.
That thing. How?
I think Michael's playing pretty well. Again, like I still think Michael like kind of played it slow a bit early on. But yeah, at the point that we're at now, he's in one of the better positions in the game. He has a lot of options moving forward. I mean, like no one really is like that expertly positioned. Like no one's like playing that well. But I think Michael's probably playing one of the better games here. Yeah, I think him and Kyle for me are the top two. Both of them decent positions. No one's really targeting them next week. Like, there's a chance Michael could be on the block. But, like, I don't think Michael is, Michael's definitely not going home. Like, he should have the protection of, the Majority Alliance that I don't even think they have a name yet, right? They keep on changing their name. Okay, well, that's cool. Did I just lose half my health from that? Wow, what the fuck? I'm almost an hour in. Yeah, I mean, like, I think Michael's, like, definitely one of the safer people on, I mean, I guess it's probably not safe, but, like, I think he's one of the safer people that also, like, seems to have a lot of equity in the game, and also, like, I can see, ending up winning the game. Because, like, someone like Jasmine is someone that is, like, pretty safe as well. But, like, I don't see Jasmine turning it around to ending up winning the game. Kevin trajectory for Michael, like, maybe. I don't get the sense that he's that good of a player. But to be fair, I guess with Kevin, we didn't think that either at the time, so you never know. Like, I think if anything, it's probably like a probably more active version of Steve is kind of what I'm seeing. Because, like, as of right now, he is in the Steve position. He is the bottom person in the Majority Alliance. was the question, is like how, like, does this alliance stick together? I mean, the fact that Paloma is like a main figure in it is probably not great for those chances. But I mean, like, as of right now, he is like in this steep position in his alliance. Wait, where do I go here? Maybe it is here. But I think crypto is a scam. I mean, it's not really a scam. It's definitely high risk. I wouldn't say it's a scam necessarily.
Okay.
Oh fuck, that's what I'm.
I think I can reach it if I launch my.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's cracking any top 10 list this season, unless Michael is able to get a Kevin-like trajectory, but don't expect it. Okay, I guess that's not what I'm supposed to do.
Didn't get up high enough.
Oh, I have the. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
Got it.
There we go. How I think Pooch and Turner are playing the game? Not great. I think they're a step behind. Like, they are, like, they're not the worst in the world, but like they're potential targets for next week. Where essentially the way that the house is being laid out right now is that there are kind of two sides, but not really. It's like there is, so obviously there are the girls group, which is like completely shattered at this point, but, and then there's the Oasis, which is the guys alliance, but both of those alliances are fake. The real power are like these people from those two groups that have come together, which used to be called Mamba. I don't know what they're really called now. They became Bleep for a while. I don't know what the fuck they are. But it's Kyle, Monty, Michael, Paloma, Alyssa, and Amira. That's the 6-person alliance. That's the true core of the house right now. However, within the Oasis alliance, the guys alliance, Pooch and Turner are on the assumption that that's essentially the real alliance, and through that have made kind of their own grouping with like Daniel, which through Daniel comes like Nicole. They think they have like a Joseph on their side, but like they think they have their own side going. The problem is that they're like behind again, like they're like not really in power because like they think they have like Monty and Kyle with them, and they definitely think they're a lot better positioned than what they actually are. But like if like they were to win HOH next week, then I think they could potentially set themselves up pretty well. But at this current point, like again, they're potential targets for next week, especially if like Michael wins HOH. Wait, where am I going now? I feel like I'm just an idiot when I'm playing games on stream. Because like last time I played Forbidden West, I got through the prologue, like this opening mission in like less than 30 minutes. So I don't know how the fuck I'm almost an hour in the stream and I still like not even, I'm like only halfway through it or whatever. I guess I'm a little bit more than that, but still.
One rickety tower down. On to the next.
How girls get shattered? I mean, there's never real lines to begin with. Like, even when Paloma made it, she was already talking about how it was, like, a secondary thing to the Alliance of the Guys. Because, like, she needed the Alliance of the Guys because they're the ones that are going to win competitions for them. That, and also they never trusted Indy. Indy's a person that, like, is pretty much a house target at this point. Like, if most people in the house coming into next week are going to be targeting Indy. Just because, like, no one likes talking game with her, and like I think the language barrier plays a part of it, but I think it more so comes from the fact that I think the way they perceive her is that she isn't there to play the game, because like she talks a lot about Big Brother Brazil, and I think the assumption from the players is that they think that that's how she's playing the game, is through the like lens of BB Brazil. So I think that's kind of harming her in a bit too. But yeah, then also Brittany blew things up the other day where she told Pooch about Amira talking about targeting Pooch, which Pooch didn't believe, even though it's true. So he went back to Amira and told her that, which now Amira, Alyssa, and Paloma know that Brittany's not to be trusted. So, yeah. And also that's another motivation for Michael winning HOH, that he wants to keep Brittany safe. Because he has to deal with Brittany. Thoughts on Kane? I have, like, no thoughts on Kane. He's a guy. He was listed as 20s, right? I think he's, like, 25 or something I saw. Yeah, he looks like a person who could play. He's the only Canadian, right? I think that's, like, the only notable thing about him. He's a person. He's a person that's playing Survivor on Survivor 44. I generally don't get how anyone, like, actually does, like, a full-blown cast assessment on a cast that, like, there's almost no information about. Like, it really just seems ridiculous to me. Because, like, I feel like so much of what you base, like, how people are going to do on Survivor and that sort of stuff around is these people's, like, backstories plus, like, their personalities. And even through looking on people's social media, you're not going to get that. Like, you're literally just gonna see, like, the image that they show through, like, random pictures on Instagram. I don't know, it's just dumb in my eyes, but whatever. What do I need to do here? There's, like, a block somewhere, right? Isn't that a thing? What's over here?
Might be in there. Okay.
By the way, also, through the process of working on this video, I've rewatched the 43 promo, the one from the 42 finale. I've watched it like upwards of 20 times at this point. I fucking love that promo. Like, I will say, like, I think that might be my favorite promo outside maybe like Winners at War. In all of Survivor. Like, I just love the way that like 2 minute or minute and a half clip is edited. Like, I love the fucking music that's played in it. I like the way that, like, the scenes are cut obviously along with the music. Like, there's so, oh, by the way, I also like laughed so fucking hard when I rewatched it that we cut from we go from Cody, who, like, has this, like, I don't even know what the fuck he's even saying. But, like, he says that, oh, I have, like, something tattooed on my butt cheek. And, like, it's this, like, really ridiculous over-the-top line. And it's immediately followed by Ellie talking about how she's a psychiatrist. And it's, like, that just, like, was so funny to me. That, like, we go from this, like, most ridiculous fucking thing of a guy talking about how he has a tattoo in his butt cheek to this super serious confessional from Ellie that's, like, super boring. Which makes me, like, higher on Ellie, that she had a super boring confessional talking about her job, end up being in a promo for the season. But, yeah, like, the cut to that is just so ridiculous to me that I found that funny. Breaking the promos, I could do that. I think the weird thing is that, like, obviously, like, a lot of the early ones are nothing. Because, like, the way the promos are done now is that a lot of them are showing, like, usually, like, highlight, like 6 people or so. Like, it highlights, like, some of the cast. While earlier on, it was just highlighting the location. And, like, that's not as interesting. But, like, recently it's been, like, this promo actually highlights, like, 9 people. I was actually kind of surprised at how many people, were in this promo. He's like, that's a lot. That, like, half the cast had a confessional in this, again, a minute and a half long clip. So that's not what I'm supposed to do. And now I think about it, I think this is what we're supposed to do. No, I could have sworn I thought this, like, you pull that and then this breaks. Isn't that a thing? Did Survivor Spencer do a 44 video already? Because I feel like I haven't seen Survivor Spencer do a video in a while. Oh yeah, Mike's face is also. I was also like so there's this like really quick like cut after cut after cut of like showing all the players' faces, and I was actually like when I see Mike on there, like it kind of reminded me of Tony for a second. I was like, is that Tony? But no, it's fucking Mike. Like I don't know why. Like every single time I see it, like without paying attention, I'm like, why is Tony in this? Even though like they don't look anything alike, it's just for some reason when like all these like faces are being like shown in quick succession, I like see him as Tony for like a second. Yeah, Brandon is a former NFL player. He actually has an audition video on YouTube that I've watched, which he seems fine. Like, it seems like a likable guy. He owns like a security company, I think it was now. Again, he hasn't been like involved in football in a bit, I believe. Yeah, Ben was in the HHH promo. That's something. So I did go. Nick is also in the Dave vs. Goliath promo. I believe he's also first, actually, now I think about it. Right? Yeah, I think he is. He's the first David shown. So that's actually, that might be a trend. I mean, let's look back at the recent promo. So, like, 43, again, like, has a lot of focus on people. Jesse is the first one to get a confessional. Which Jesse's is a pretty good one. Like, he gets to talk about grew up in a gang and that now he's a PhD student, whatever. Like, that's a good confessional. Again, to me, like, I think Ellie got a good confessional talking about her job. Mike got a decent confessional talking about like the high stress environment of like doing heart surgery or something like that. Everyone else pretty much gets like a super quick one-liner or like just a nothing line. Like Jay is someone that says, "Oh, Survivor's a game of chess" or whatever, which is like a nothing line. You have like again talking about the tattoo on his butt cheek from Cody. You have Mariah like talking about like how fast the game is or whatever. Noelle talks about how this is going to be the hardest experience in my life or whatever, which is again also a nothing confessional. So yeah, there's these amount of people that get like they're there, but they're not really getting anything. But yeah, I feel like Ellie, Jesse, and Mike seem to be the big focuses there. Maybe one more person that I'm forgetting. By the way, I did also Sammy. Sammy. Oh, and fucking Carla. Yeah, I forgot about Carla too. God damn it. Well, the thing about Carla is that she didn't get that much. Her confessional is like a really good confessional, but it's not one that like says anything really about her. Like she says that, oh, I grew up in a tough upbringing and I grew up to have morals, but it's like it doesn't really tell us that much about her. But yeah, I mean, like it's a fun confessional though. And then yeah, Sammy does say that I will be the youngest winner ever or something dumb like that, which is like. Again, could be a winner quote, but also could just be nothing. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like those are probably the four people that got the most, like, time. I guess 5, because I added Mike in there. But, yeah. But, yeah, like, so 42 only had 3 people focused on, which were Mike, Drea, and Jonathan. But anyway, like a lot, that's something else that I noticed. Something I really like about the 43 promo is that the 43 promo has no narration from Jeff. Like, no Jeff at all throughout the entire promo. It's all the players talking about the game. And that's something I really like. Where the 42 promo, a lot of it is Jeff narrating about how, oh, we're going to do the twist again, whatever, like, the toughest experience, whatever, who fucking cares? Like, we really, like, only got from Mike, Drea, and Jonathan talking there. While again, this one we got 9 people getting confessionals. So I felt like again that's something I really liked from the 43 one. Obviously we didn't get a 41 promo. 40's promo is pretty good, but it's like again it's all winners. It's like what do you expect? It's obviously like really cool to see all those people. Back I only remember who I know. Tony got the first confessional on that too, didn't he? So again, another one. But yeah, like Tony, Parvati, Ethan, right, was in it. I don't remember who else. Stream's not buffering from my end. I can see the stream in front of me, so. should be fine. Bitrate is a bit like weird though right now. It's still decently high. But oh wait, let's see. Brandon Cottons. I was literally a picture of him from the back. That's pretty funny. Yeah, like they didn't even bother to get a real picture of him. That's really weird. Yeah, so like 39s, you get like random confessionals without like any true focus, because like a lot of the focus is on Rob and Sandra. But like no one actually, like you don't see anyone actually sitting down and doing confessionals, so that's also kind of a lame one. Edge of Extinction, again, it was mostly based around Edge of Extinction. I believe you do get a confessional from Wendy, and you get a confessional from Rick Devens, which is kind of random. And also Joe and Aubrey, which is like also weird that those are the two, considering they were like the least prominent of the returnees. So don't know why that was like the choice. And then what was it? 37. Again, 37 had a lot of focus on players. I believe 8 people. Because you got Nick, Gabby, Christian. Or maybe it's only 6. Nick, Gabby, Christian, Angelina, John Hennigan, Natalie Cole. I believe those are the 6, right? Yeah, I feel like those are the 6 for David vs. Goliath. Ghost Island, I believe, was mostly revolved around Twist. I did not rewatch that one, though. So I might be wrong on that. 35, again, had Ben and Ashley. It had 2 people from each tribe. So it had Ben and Ashley for heroes. Again, Ben getting the first one, which eventually ends up winning. You have Desi and Mike, I believe, from the healers. And then I don't even remember who the hustlers had. Probably, I assume Ryan, because I remember Ryan early on. I believe Allie, was Allie the other one? I think that makes sense. I don't remember Game Changers promo. Yeah, I don't even remember Game Changers. Like, I remember them bringing people out, but I don't remember the promo itself. I don't even remember Millennials Gen X either. Yeah, like, who was shown in Millennials Gen X? I feel like 35 on, I have a pretty good memory. Before that, not as much. I remember 32 had, like, certain people being shown. I remember, like, Liz Markham was shown for some reason. I don't remember much else, though, from the 32 one. Kevin's on Cameo for $19. That's not bad. I've just been wandering around for, like, what is that, like 14 minutes now, I think? What am I doing?
I pull that beam down.
Oh, fuck off. Are you fucking serious? Is that really all it was? Or maybe not. Wait. Wow, that is so dumb, though. That actually was what it was. Like, it wouldn't let me do it because I didn't scan it first. Oh, fuck. Or maybe not. Why isn't this pulling out? See, I'm pretty sure that's what's supposed to happen, right? God damn it. No? Again, this is so dumb. What the fuck? Ugh. I think Amira's. I think Amira's playing pretty well. I think the one thing that like keeps her out of my #1 spot at this point, because again, like for a while, like the last few streams, I've been saying Amira is like my #1 pick. The reason I don't have her #1 right now is because there is talk from like the Pooch and Turners of the world of potentially targeting her. God, again, that was so dumb. Why that take me so much time to get that? There we go. Yeah, there's talk from Pooch and Turner about potentially targeting Amira. Mind you, it's not like immediately. Like, again, they would go along with the house and getting rid of Indy first. But it would not surprise me if they won HOH that, like, by the end of the week that Amira is being targeted. I don't know if Amira would go home, but I do think she's already being looked at as a strong player. and that's kind of worrying considering it's so early on.
Creeping doesn't sound good. I have to detach those cameras quick.
Game, thank you. Yeah, I felt like I remembered that yeah, he talked about him having a turtleneck and
Should be the right spot. There. The connectors will
something about yeah, like mentioning that that women would want to date him or something, like in a joking way.
just need to climb higher.
Best Johnny, or John on Survivor. I mean, like right away, Johnny Fairplay comes to mind, but like I don't know if that's actually the answer.
An ancient rickety tower with killer machines waiting down below. That's right. I'm trying.
I love how much time I wasted early on here. Again, we're over an hour in. I'm not even through a section that should only take like 30 minutes. Oh yeah, 32 did talk a lot about the like toughest season ever. Game? Or am I going? Oh, I'm going down. That's why. Is anyone targeting Paloma? Not directly yet, but would not surprise me if it happens. Again, there's still a chance that, again, if the twist, if the backstage twist is what we think it is, there's definitely a chance that Paloma goes home tomorrow. Because like if Pooch has to pick between Paloma and Alyssa on who to save, I mean, really we don't know. But considering how much of a ruckus Paloma's causing, I would not be surprised if he puts Paloma in danger there. To where at that point, Paloma versus Taylor in a competition. Yeah, who knows where that goes. Did I finish The Boys? I did, actually. I did earlier today. I watched the finale. It was good. I don't know. It just felt fine. I feel like it's kind of, underwhelming fuck's his name? Soldier Boy. Yeah, just back into hibernation, all that shit by the end, but, not that, again, mostly fine. This point, see Maeve? What's her name again? Whatever. Queen Maeve, whatever her name is, to see her essentially being ran out of the show. But yeah, again, mostly fine finale.
She missed the hard way.
The favorite female Big Brother player,
This thing down to get to the data center.
in terms of TV or game, because it's I feel like in terms of TV, it probably would be Rachel Riley, maybe. Or at least she would be very high up there. If we're talking about game, it's probably Daniel Reyes.
Watch out for that acid.
Okay, I forgot I was playing on a hard difficulty.
That sack's full of acid. I should target it first.
God damn it. Don't spoil The Boys. Yeah, that's kind of too late.
You still got some fight left in you.
Favorite female player? Is it Parvati? It probably is Parvati still. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really have that big of favorites in the grand scheme of things. Even though I say oh, Tony's my favorite Survivor player, it's really just because I think he's a fun character. It's not I have it's not I'm that resolute in that fact. I don't really care that much. Which is a lot of the reason why I'm not super hyped to do a top 10 favorite Survivor player sort of videos, just because I really don't care that much. God damn it. Oh well. Yeah, this is payback for the 42 thing, I guess. Yeah, I thought you. Oh, yeah, I guess you did finish Breaking Bad, didn't you? Actually, did you finish Breaking Bad? You're already like a decent way through The Boys. That's pretty quick, isn't it? God damn it! This really takes a lot of damage, doesn't it? God damn it! It's my own fault. Ah, fuck. Yeah, we talked about Amazing Race earlier. I mean, like, I don't have much opinions on it. Like, I thought it was a fine episode. Like, I'm still kind of just, like, meh on the season as a whole. Like, I really did not like the premiere, and I felt like this episode was just a very, like, average Amazing Race episode. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, I'm kind of like, just like, you know, kind of whatever on it. I do really like Ty's dad, though. I think Ty's dad is, like, a really fun character. Also, I feel like with this episode, I am leaning towards, I do think, what's their name? Frenella is what they're calling them, right? Is it, I don't remember the one, well, either way, the sister duo, I feel like they're probably the people that I would say is going to win at this current point. Just based on, like, editing and everything. But then again, they did win the leg, so it just could be set up towards that. But I feel like they had that weird, moment in the premiere too, right? Where like they just they said that, oh, the last two teams have been from here, which is where they're from. So it's like, oh yeah, that was just kind of a random thing for them to randomly say in the episode. So yeah, I think they could be the winners. Disappointing that Court and Allie are kind of shit. Like, that's also a thing. We're like coming. Did I make them? I don't remember who I picked as my winner pick. I don't remember if it was them or Brennan and Connor. But either way, like, yeah, they're kind of shit, aren't they? Like, they had like a very middling first leg, and then they're already getting saved by Nana Lim here. So it's like. Thoughts on Julie and Kathy? They're fine. Like, to me, I felt like they were pretty clear first boots the entire time. God damn it. I never liked this whatever it's called. Blast Sling? Is that what it's called? Yeah. You know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go back to arrows. Actually, yeah, thank God I didn't go for a hardest difficulty. This would really take us forever if I did. God damn. Oof. Arcane was nominated for Best Animated Show? Well, that's cool. Yeah, I did take like a quick glance at what was nominated for Emmys, but I didn't really like take a big like deep dive into things. I did see Squid Game got a whole bunch of nominations, which is interesting. Especially because like it got a whole bunch of like supporting role nominations, right? Like it got, it's like what, the old guy and then the rival figure guy, they got nominated for supporting actor, and then the main girl got supporting actress, which like seems kind of random in a way, but especially like the old guy, I feel like in particular, I feel like really, like this is supporting actor. He was good, but like not really one that like stuff to me is like, oh, this is definitely an Emmy-winning performance.
Finally.
I love it, like whenever I think of like an Emmy-winning performance, I think of fucking Kyle Moore at this point. Even though that was like an award-winning performance, but like, just like me saying that line. Oh, I forgot we could pick these up. I mean, obviously it's too late now, but where is it? Who wins, Susie versus Sugar versus Crystal?
Once I get the backup,
I mean, like, I guess we could run through the votes, right? So, I guess at that point, like, it really comes down to Coda, right? Like, who's Coda vote for?
Okay.
I think they would vote
Find
Susie,
the server room.
but you never know. He's like, Bob would vote. Well, Bob. Okay, yeah, Bob would vote Sugar. Maddie would vote Susie. Kenny would vote Crystal. So we're at 1-1-1. How many jurors are there? There's 7, right? Yeah, so the rest is just Coda, right? Yeah, it's just the rest is Coda. I think Randy would go Sugar. So it's 2-1-1. And then, yeah, and really it comes down to, where it is Charlie, Corinne, Marcus go. I think Corinne for sure is, like, unlikely to go Sugar. But, yeah, I think I would give the edge to Susie. Especially considering well, then again, like, Marcus, like, knew Crystal, but then I was, like was upset at Crystal or, like, he knew Crystal's, like, was it Crystal's, like, cousin or something like that? Or, but yeah, like, that probably wouldn't do much, considering he was still very upset at her, so.
Please be here.
There we go. So it took us an hour and a half to finish a section that should only take 30 minutes, but whatever. Amazing Race AU Network 7 Host is boring. Is that the one is that season 1 and 2? Because
It's here.
because I will say, like, the again, I'm 3 episodes into season 1 of Amazing Race AU. This guy is the most boring fucking person alive. Fucking Grant Bowler, I think is his name. And also he is, like, a really terrible host. Like, I find it so funny the way that he, like, tells people their placements. He does it in such a slow way. Where it's like, it's not even like he's trying to build drama. It's like he's legitimately, like, saying the results super slow.
You want me to handle this, Liz?
What's the finale where only the winner has a shot winning from the episode? I mean, there's a lot. Like realistically, I guess it's none, based on, like, it matters the way that you're looking at this. But, like, if we're talking about, like, from a purely Edgic perspective, it's a lot of them, I feel like. Let's see. I mean, like, 42, I don't... Like, was it the case with 42? It was, right? By the time Omer was gone, I think 42 was a case of that. 41 could have still gone multiple directions. 40, I think, was clear Tony was going to win. 39 was clear Tommy was going to win. 38, obviously not. 37 was pretty close to a guaranteed Nick win.
Goddess.
There is no goddess.
Could you? I don't remember who was second. Do I find Sam entertaining? I don't. I find her also, like, I find them kind of like so far. I think the one funny thing was them talking about how we're not bimbos and we're not, like, the dumb blondes that you would expect, only from the cut to them not knowing where Hong Kong is. I thought that was funny, but, like, outside that, I mean, they're just there. They're fine. Big Brother eviction? I mean, probably a lot. Like, to me, the first one that comes to mind is the Big Jeff eviction, BB13. But realistically, I mean, like, you got Austin, BB17 is really great. Rachel, BB20 is really great. I mean, there's probably a lot if I were to take the time to
You have a sharp
actually make a list.
But it was pretty amazing to see you fly up
Ooh.
that tower and blow up the entire basin.
Hamster Watch is saying that
Yes, there's going to be more.
Paloma might be gone?
I'm out of leads, Varl. But
That
have to
is
keep
something.
searching
Yeah, I do see that.
fast, and whatever risks I have to take, I will.
If that's the case, then
Makes sense to have someone with me.
what the fuck is this season? What a weird start. Like, this is a BB Can 8 style opening. But even weirder in the sense that Paloma is, like, the main source of strategy over the course of this first week. Like, she's the one that, like,
Talk to him a lot about
really put everything together. Like, she is the creator of this power structure.
And he gave the lance you used to defeat Hades.
And to be fair, the signs have been there for a few days now that, like, Paloma was
But Spy Master
maybe not in the right state of mind, but
people, isn't he?
Varl,
yeah, I mean,
Come on, it might work.
if she actually is
Plus, you get
gone,
to see some friendly faces
I think that definitely does shake a lot of things up moving forward. Especially because, like, again, Taylor will more than likely, the eviction will more than likely be canceled, which will be funny considering the fact how much they're hyping up the backstage past twist. Yeah. Yeah, the universe is saving Taylor, I guess so. Do I find it fucked how Vought makes superheroes? I mean, yeah, obviously, that's the point. Like, that's literally the point of, like, the, I don't know, like, the entire thing is to make it seem immoral the way they're doing it. Does Sean Montgomery have a very stereotypical Canadian accent? Yeah. Again, to me, like, I always found him to be, like, he sounds like a parody character. Like, he sounds like to me, he sounds similar to the host of Total Drama Island. In the way that it's, like, this very generic Canadian, like, host voiced.
The savior of Meridian has returned.
You earned this welcome. You saved them.
Not yet.
I just might play now and she's not overwhelming every conversation. Yeah. I do, again, like, if Paloma's gone, I do think it would be interesting to see where the power structure goes at that point.
Murad.
Like, do the people that she put together, like, stay together?
That makes two of us.
Like, because you got, what, Alyssa,
For weeks.
Amira, Monty, Kyle, and Michael,
The Spire.
part of her core alliance.
Come.
It's like, are they going to stick together when they don't have that much connective tissue to each other outside of Paloma?
What's your step? You saved us all, to be sure, but
Yeah. Hamster Watch is definitely a reliable source. Like, essentially, Hamster Watch is the Redman of Big Brother in terms of, like, reliability. Definitely not, like, as Hamster Watch does not release as many spoilers as Redman does, especially in the modern day. But yeah, definitely as reliable of a source. I think she's quitting. Yeah, I mean, again, like, she's been she's had some mad ramblings the last few days and has constantly talked about her wanting to quit. So it's like, yeah. I'm talking about, like, from my experience watching Total Drama before. Again, I've watched season 1 of Total Drama.
the Allied said it could not have been a reflection.
I haven't watched. Again, I'm gonna rewatch season 1 next year, but yeah, I haven't watched anything more than that. Well, I mean, I watched the first few episodes of season 2 and I didn't like it. So
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely a lot to show. If this is the case, if they're gonna have to add this to tomorrow's episode.
The connection.
I have not watched All Star Shore yet.
Wait here while I check it out.
Don't know when I
Let us
will.
know what you find.
How good of a player is Christian Davis Goliath? He's fine. Obviously, just a massive lack of threat management. But,
Could pull
like,
this thing out of
considering he was as big of a threat as he was, I think he does a pretty good job. But it's like, also, it's like, that's just such a fundamental issue. But again, he still had people wanting to, like, he still had, like, Davey and Nick, like, keeping him around at points that he could have just been an easy boot.
transmission.
When's the last time someone quit Big Brother US? Megan? Right? BB19? Has been one since? No, right? Yeah, so Megan, I believe.
He wouldn't. He couldn't.
So it's been a little, I mean, it's been like, what, 5 years? Something like that?
Something was transmitted from the top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there. Maybe I can.
Yeah, there's still hope for my winner pick. Yeah, thank God. Imagine if Taylor actually ends up winning this season. How fucked would that be? That she ends up getting saved by Paloma quitting the game in week 1.
Should be able able to jump back and reach.
All right, how long until Paloma's on Julie Chen's podcast? That's what I want to know. Ah, God damn it! I keep forgetting you don't have the glider. Actually, I just realized you don't get the glider until the end of Chain Scrape and all that stuff. Like until you get past the embassy, right? So we're still actually quite a ways away.
There we go.
How many reality shows on the Year in Reality TV? I mean, we don't know exactly what's coming out this year still, but I believe the list last time I saw it was like 16. But no, 19 actually. But that's not including shows that aren't confirmed yet. Like, well, I mean, Amazing Race Australia 6 we pretty much know is this year, right? Circle Season 5 also isn't part of that. But then also like All Star Shore and Snake in the Grass is part of that, which I don't know if those are for sure going to make it. Yeah, so I guess 19 shows that have confirmed dates, but could potentially go up to 21, and then we'll see what happens to the challenge spinoffs, because we don't know if those are going to be aired this year.
Now, how to cross over to the spire. Should be able to get up there now. I thought Silence was helping me when he gave me his lance.
Yeah, I did see someone post that. Yeah, the Jasmine's parents think the live feeds are edited, which isn't that like just a thing that people like, that the delusional players claim that live feeds are edited.
Figure out where he sent it. I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission note at the top will tell me.
Oh, by the way, also, didn't talk about this, but we did get confirmation that Last of Us, the TV show, is
Doesn't look like I
early
can
2023 at this point, which is cool. Which, undecided on whether or not I'm going to do a video on it. Like, I want to, but I just don't know if I'm going to end up bothering. Wait, where am I going here? Paloma's going to eat mayo to cope? I mean, I guess so.
Go up through the inside.
I mean, like, you can tell that, like, Paloma's, like, not all there in the house. Like, I think she's, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's because she's been, like, separated from reality for as long as she has, or because of, what, 3 weeks total at this point? 3-4 weeks? Including quarantine and everything. And sequester. Like, I don't know if it's that, or she's just naturally like that. I don't know, but like, yeah, she's definitely she's definitely making some questionable comments. Not in a like offensive way, but more so in like, what is she talking about sort of way. Traders is next year. That is confirmed. That Traders is 2023. That Redmond confirmed that.
There's the note.
Yeah, Supermassive Games got bought out. That is the thing. Got bought by, I mean, the company they were already working with already. So it's like, it's not, I don't think it'll lead to that major of a change. But yeah, they did technically get bought out. Go Danny's watch parties for, is he? I didn't even know he was having any for a challenge.
Bastard.
Well, Aloy,
Yeah, that could be interesting.
I see you finally figured it out.
That should be Paris 2.0. Yeah, that didn't work out, did it? I did think she had some potential. Like, again, there was some wonky stuff even day one, but like, again, she was such an active player that it did feel like there is at least something there, but yeah, more and more time goes on. Yeah, it's not all there. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like with total drama, it's like I don't know how to approach the video. Like, do I? Okay, I'm an idiot. Almost unplugged the mic. Yeah, like, I don't know how to approach the video because it's like I feel like I have to approach it more so from like a storytelling point of view, right? like I can't like legitimately like assess this as like a Survivor game or anything, because like it's kind of dumb to do that. Like I feel like I'm gonna do the retrospective in a way that I would do a like a video game retrospective, more so than how I would do a reality TV retrospective. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, where's Paloma from? She's from California, right? Somewhere in California. So yeah, Bryce, there's your shot. Move to California.
Better let Varl and Murad know what I found.
What's Taylor's position going to be if Paloma is really out? I mean, it's still not great because like I think like what Paloma did already like put so much damage to her game, but
Almost like the day of the battle.
like there are some inroads, because like the thing is like at the end of the day it's like there are people that like didn't want this to happen, but like we're going along with it just because like the majority of the house seemed to be on board. So you have people like a Nicole, you had people like Michael, Brittany, even Alyssa. Alyssa is someone that didn't even want this, that was like defending Taylor and everything. So it's like she has inroads. Like there definitely is a chance she recovers, but like it's gonna be a tough road. I think it's gonna take like a lucky HOH result, and then yeah, just I think it's gonna take some time to where like I think if like Monty wins HOH, she's screwed. Like she's going home. But if like again, if Michael wins HOH, maybe Brittany, maybe. I don't know. I did see she had a good talk with Pooch earlier today. Kyle's someone that she seems to like be bonding with, but again, I feel like Kyle's gonna be a people pleaser. So like, I think he might just go after her anyway. But again, there's inroads, but I don't know.
It's good to see you.
I'll probably talk with the characters individually. I don't know though. It's like I don't know. Yeah, maybe I will handle it like a reality TV show. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I like actually watch it.
Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering at the palace, but I thought you would prefer a less formal occasion. Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind.
Yeah, Taylor winning HOH here will be insane, and like I think that will be her true chance to get back in the game, is her winning HOH.
Really? Must you?
And the thing is, though, I don't think the majority is going to implode that much yet.
Try it on.
Yeah, I think like for her, yeah, again, like if Michael wins HOH and goes after Turner and Pooch, that's probably pretty good for her.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom.
But yeah, I think like most scenarios will probably just lead to her going up again. Because again, like Monty, I think for sure will target her. Like Monty's someone that is like 100% out on her. To where I think anyone associated with Monty will also go along with targeting her to appease Monty. So yeah, I mean, I think she's gonna need a pretty good HOH result. Should I talk to them? Why not? Do you think they pulled Paloma from the game, or did Paloma quit? It could be either one. Again, Paloma herself has talked about quitting, but then also like she has also done stuff that I think would make production like realize something is wrong, and then also like she's been not breaking rules necessarily, but she's been, well, I guess like debatably, but like she's been doing things that have like led to BB having to talk to her about those things, particularly in the fact that she's like talking about how she broke the game because that we're going to invest, like I'm going to win the game and then invest the money in all of your companies and stuff, which is like a ridiculous thing. Yes, I don't know. It could be either one. I would not be surprised at either one.
Well, perhaps Murad already told you, but
now you think about Amazing Race 33 is a bad season of Amazing Race, but not the worst season ever. Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on 33 because I think it's one of these seasons that like the race itself was boring to me, but I really like the cast. So like I have trouble like reconciling what that really means
I assume you mean
with the Amazing Race.
Yes.
Where it's like the results of the season, the race itself, like again, that was kind of boring.
to know.
As you know, my father
Like the
read
top three teams were the top three, like especially after the COVID thing. It's like the top three teams were the top three the entire time.
None fought back
but-
to not.
Again, like
They rose
I
up
really
and
like
subdued
those three
Western
teams, so I don't know.
sweeping us from their lands. Getting them to talk to us again after that was tricky.
Monty and Joseph kind of said they overreacted. Yeah, but like I think with Monty in particular, I think it's just like there's no going back at this point. At the point where Taylor knows that Monty was the one that ratted her out.
By giving gifts.
Like I don't see how Monty doesn't go after her. But then again, like to be
More
fair,
like metals,
not the
spices,
Joseph is also someone that wanted to keep Taylor around.
With them on several occasions, and the gift seemed to have eased the tension.
But yeah, Monty's someone that
Most important yet. Sign we've had so far that they
isn't the
want
greatest
to
player.
us.
Like I mean, like he's demonstrated some potential, but like also just like the rest of this cast, not the greatest player in the world. So yeah, you never know. He could definitely switch things up. But I would expect him to still target
I
Taylor.
need to get going.
One moment, Aloy. There's something I must ask you. Since you left, I've thought of little else.
This isn't really.
Early targets tend to seem to block often. Yeah, and also early pawns too, which is why I'm expecting Terrence to be like the pawn star moving forward.
I'm not trying to stop you,
To be fair, I mean, like I don't believe the plan is to put him up next week
but I need to know
in the initial noms at least.
when your mission is over.
So at least there's that. But again,
Will you
still.
return to Meridian and stay long enough for us to spend time to get to know each other properly, perhaps?
I would be interested in seeing what Daniel is going to do, though. Why not?
I do hope to see Meridian.
A romance Avad.
But
By the way, I just added my fucking Uncharted Lost Legacy
It's my
retrospective
life.
the other day,
it's all I can think about.
which I recorded 6 months ago at this point. But whatever.
I can't imagine that.
Okay, so I remember from Total Drama. I mean, like, I'm not gonna bother. Like, I barely remember any characters' names. I just remember like
Know that you will
the like archetype they're supposed to be. What if Christy replaced Paloma? I think that'd be hilarious. That'd be great.
I will hope for
Like, just imagine if they just like randomly place Christy back in there. Christy after she had already like watched the first week. I think that'd be even funnier. What's there something?
Honoring those who fell in the battle of the Elite. Lots of brave people.
Is Terrence a terrible player? I don't think he's a terrible player. I just think he's another one that like comes in a bad position considering he is the old guy, and through that Daniel saw him as like, okay, he's the easy person to put up and not get any blowback. Because like he was doing pretty well the first like day or so. Where like it seemed people liked him, but it's just like again he's not being included in alliances because like he's the old guy, he's not going to win competition, so why even have him in our alliance?
My humblest
Ow.
thanks to you.
Like, it's like I don't think he's necessarily a bad player. It's just that it's like he's already playing a disadvantage. He's not like an elite player to where he's able to go about that. Yeah. We were talking about Hamster Watch.
And you're welcome.
I mean, they haven't confirmed Paloma's out unless there's something in the last few minutes. But they've said that they've heard sources that she's
I
out.
have to go on an important mission, Prince.
Yeah,
To save the world?
which
Something like that.
again, it's one source as of right now,
But when I come back,
based on what we've
I
heard.
could give you a few tips.
But
It would be an honor.
it wouldn't be surprising if that's actually what's happened.
We owe you our lives, champion, and we will not forget. May the sun light your way.
Watch out
Am I happy? Taylor's saying like kind of not. Like I'm happy for her as a person, and I'm happy if she stays again, like if she's able to recover from this, then yeah, I'll be happy. If she's not, and we're just gonna get another week of her being targeted again, then no. Like I think it would have been better if she just left now. Especially because like even like beyond like the like person thing, it's also like bad for TV, where like we're just gonna again get the same shit again just a week later. But yeah, I think that again it will come down to like whether or not she's like targeted again. Plum from a Bone better than 24. I mean, definitely more likable.
With it, Vanasha.
Cameron should replace Paloma.
Thanks for being here.
Wouldn't
I
miss
mean,
it, even if you did leave us hanging.
I mean, like actually, realistically, what are they gonna do? Like I get, like they probably will cancel the eviction, right?
But I see that look on her face.
If they don't, then maybe they add in a buyback. But then again, like, would they? Like one, like who knows if they really have one planned or not? But also,
Please.
I don't know. It's gonna be weird because like they had set up so much to this this backstage pass twist, and if like Paloma gets like ejected or whatever, and it's like, what? Like, how are they gonna explain this? Like, it's gonna be
You
weird.
both look like you're doing well.
Mr. Shiny Pants here is now the Sun King Senior.
DJ Showtime coming. By the way, I do love how like almost all of Terrence's confessionals lead to him referring to his like DJ like side job. It's like this isn't even your real job. It's not even like your full time, like your actual job's a bus driver or whatever. It's like it's funny that like instead he's making all these like DJ puns.
And Edelman, 2 parts bodyguard, 1 part
Bad influence.
Do you think any of the women will target Taylor?
I
No.
like your version better.
Maybe Amira. But for the most part, no. I mean, because again, like Brittany and Indy are already like sympathetic towards Taylor. Alyssa has been sympathetic towards Taylor. I do think like again she is like pretty like much in line with that core group. So like who knows where they are like going as an alliance. But I think like her as an individual probably doesn't want to go for Taylor.
As a nanny, Edelman must be special.
Again, Amira and Jasmine I think are the big ones that might still go for Taylor. But again, they were also the big proponents of like taking out a big guy.
I've had to foil my father, too.
But again, I don't know if they would want to do that themselves. So
You're as soft as a silk pillow.
no.
You have no idea.
No, I think the more and more I'm like talking through it now, I think Taylor could be okay. If she does survive this week. Where yeah, I think the big danger spot is Monty and like whether or not Monty will have influence. But like I do feel like the sentiment towards her is like definitely gotten a lot more positive. Actually, Pooch and Turner are probably still going to go for her though.
What's become of the Shadow Project?
After you wipe
So that's probably also a danger
hardly
spot.
Any
but-
priests or officers left to terrorize the little people.
Avad offered amnesty to all who were forced to serve the Shadow. So
Yeah, like what are they going to do backstage, boss? That's the big question. If this is this like big twist that was planned to be like, oh, okay, the winner of the competition becomes the new boss and like all that stuff moving forward, it's like yeah, like how are you going to progress this twist if Paloma ends up quitting? Would they just? I guess if Paloma ends up quitting, what they would do is just have Taylor be evicted. Or like Taylor be evicted to the point where she does the backstage boss thing, the competition, and then they still go through with everything. It's just that the person that America doesn't save ends up automatically going in, and then they still do the competition, but then no one just goes home. I guess, right? I guess that's probably what will happen tomorrow if Paloma is ejected.
I know you're out. Go away with you.
Always an honor, champion.
Always a pleasure. But please. Little Huntress, come back
So,
someday.
I mean, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. We'll see.
If I can't get in trouble, at least I can hear about yours.
Yeah, she would be. I think that's also the big danger for Taylor next week is replacement nom. Especially at the point where like if their intended target got the veto,
I guess it was nice to catch up.
and they just need like a backup target that like they're probably just thinking like, okay, let's not piss off any more people, and Taylor could be that person. I mean, like, I think if they're going to make people compete for it, I think they're going to stick with going through the eviction and everything.
And if I'm headed west,
Actually, I don't know, though, because they're going to need the time to explain the Paloma ejection, right? So that might take up a decent amount of time. So I don't know.
Be held.
Past the Daunt.
I mean, they could just move it to Sunday.
Border of the Sundom. You'll find the fortress of Baron.
But then again, it's been hyped up so much that would be weird if they did.
Will take place just beyond its gates. It's.
I feel like if they are going to do the competition, I think they will follow through with most of the like
Actually,
game ramifications of that. Like, I think they'll still vote out someone to go into the competition, then they'll still save someone out of the backstage people, and like I think they'll still go through with all that, instead of just making the two nominees compete for it. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be in for a possibly weird episode tomorrow if Paloma does end up being ejected. So I'm seeing from Spoiler King, who is this like spoiler Big Brother account that has been correct quite a bit, but also like seems to be a real Vegas for sure sort of situation where might be exaggerating things. They are claiming also that Paloma has quit. And it's claiming that she has quit. Says, can't confirm Paloma left. Production begged her to stay, but issues won't get into... issues we won't get into made her leave, which has been an ongoing discussion. Big headache now since production did not plan for Taylor to stick around past this week after the controversies. So, yeah, that's something. Emergency production Zoom meeting happening in a little over an hour with Grodner and all key producers. Production to discuss if they're canceling the eviction or not. Very, very shaky situation right now. So, feeds are shutting down for tonight according to this too. So, again, who knows? This is a weird situation. Was this a few days ago? Taylor was very upset in the DR and had an emotional talk with the producers, who hinted she is being well received in the outside world. That member of production is now no longer allowed to do DR sessions after interfering with the game. Okay, and that's like a more minor thing, but yeah. Yeah, I haven't checked Spoiler King for a lot of this season. Let's actually see what they've been saying. Because I did see a lot of their tweets during Celebrity Big Brother. But yeah, I've not seen much of their 24 stuff. Let's see what they've said. They said Paloma and Kyle are Productions winner picks. So that played out well. Yeah, production prefers that Taylor goes this week to ensure the season does not get too toxic again. That's why I assumed. No twist to save her as of now. No one in production is having fun either. They are stunned and very upset how casting let this slip away after a great season last year. Grodner does not forget. Grodner is unhappy with how the house guests are on the live feeds so far and blames casting for picking unlikable contestants compared to last season. Production member wanted to discuss microaggressions in DR with certain house guests, but was told it was too soon to inform the house guests of it and would ruin the season. So, that's that. Yeah, this is a great intro. Great music, great... Wait, did she change outfits? Have I never noticed that? Does she have different outfits throughout the scene? Oh, wait, she's wearing the outfit that I'm... Okay, she has the outfit I'm playing in game with. I think the season still has a lot of potential. I mean, maybe? I mean, like, I'm not, like, completely out on the season at this point. It's just that I don't care as of right now.
Never seen anyone use one of those to get around.
Like, I don't know if this is necessarily good news for the entertainment of the season, if I'm being honest. Again, like, I think it's highly determinant on what happens next round. Where, again, like, if it's just Taylor going out again, then I think it's a net negative. What is this? BBS has never had a season where someone walked post-POV. They normally leave before it.
Orders not to operate until the whistle
Is that true?
Sounds the all clear.
Yeah, it probably is.
Look.
Because BBUS doesn't typically have that many people quit anyway, so.
I'll crank that car down myself if I have to.
Well, but then who would crank it back up?
Was song get copyright strike? Probably on YouTube.
Fine.
Actually, I don't know. I have footage of Forbidden West on my other channel. I don't think it got claimed. Could be wrong though. I mean, I have like on Twitch, like it doesn't matter as much. Like at worst, it just leads to like your audio being muted in the VOD, which is like annoying, especially considering how much this channel is reliant on what I'm talking about. But like at the end of the day, like it's not that big of a difference. Like I'm not gonna get a strike typically for things like that, which is like what really matters. It'll like strikes would be like if I was like watching a movie on stream or something dumb like that. But again, YouTube I'll probably get claimed, but it's like I'm not making money on the VOD channel anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Showed up all of a sudden.
And yeah, like I have a decent amount of claims as is. Like all my Life is Strange streams outside the speedruns because I turned the music off in those, but like the all the normal Life is Strange streams have copyright claims on them. The Walking Dead streams, the ones that have the final episodes for each of the games that have music in the credits, like those have copyright claims. Some Assassin's Creed streams have claims for music, which is dumb considering it's in-game music. So like technically I can fight those back if I really want to, but like who fucking cares really? Yeah, like I already have claims on the VOD channel, so it doesn't really matter.
He's a very important man, so he says. That embassy at Barren Light, he's the one supposed to run it.
Yeah, we already talked about. We've been talking about the hamster watch thing for a while. Is there any twists in Survivor SA? I mean, like, I assume so, right? Like, I mean, like, the thing is, like, again, there's 24 episodes with only 20 people, but also, like, no non-limb rounds. So, like, clearly there's going to be twists at some point. Like, I assume that's going to be, like, what the breakoff point for certain episodes are, or, like new twists that are going to get introduced and whatnot. Like, obviously, like, I'm assuming, like, Merge episode will probably be split into two. Maybe the premiere will be split into two. But I don't know, because we're gonna need what, like 5 extra video or 5 or 6 extra, not videos, episodes. So I'm assuming there's gonna be like some sort of twists that cause those. Do you think production will continue with the eviction? No, I doubt it. I mean, like eviction, as in like I don't think anyone will actually go home. I think they'll go through the vote under the context of the backstage boss thing. But I don't think anyone will actually go home.
I shall head to Barren Light. When the captain of the Vanguard tells me the way is
it's not really that unfair. Like if Brittany's voted to be safe, then like, yeah, Alyssa will just go in as the backstage boss person.
A friend of mine, you know?
Again, that's why I don't think anyone will actually be evicted. Where is Aaron? But it's not that unfair.
Action, a little less scroll.
What is?
Studious, what is?
Kind of how 5 seconds of music can take down an entire video. It's not that likely that happens. Like again, like usually what again, Twitch-wise, like they could mute your audio for like that 5 seconds or whatever, but they're not going to mute the entire thing. When it comes to YouTube, it just leads to you not being able to monetize. Where like very rarely do you get blocked for music in particular. It can happen, but more than likely it's more so that you can't monetize the thing that you're uploading, which is still shit. But it's not like you can't post it at all.
To the top of the ridge, to wait in safety.
Yeah, it does seem like Paloma's gone. That is what it's looking like. We'll see.
That's right.
But again, there's multiple sources now that are claiming it.
Jorf, would you kindly escort Studio?
Do I think Mr. Beast has watched the Big Brother episodes? Probably not. Does Mr. Beast know what Big Brother is?
I will find Erend.
I'm sure he knows like the concept, right?
But after that,
outside that,
more excuses.
Probably doesn't.
Barren Light, Embassy.
Okay, Queen Brittany definitely convinced Paloma to quit. That's definitely what happened here.
It will be. Trust me.
Alright.
But it might be good to hit Chainscrape first and upgrade my bow.
I assume, again, we've been talking about this. I'm assuming the eviction's going to be canceled. I think the backstage boss thing will still go through. And, like, I still think they're going to vote out Taylor, but I just don't think she'll go home. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't think they have a set plan, which is, like, that's what Spoiler King is claiming. Which I don't think they thought this was a possibility. So I think they're definitely going to have to do a last-second scramble here to figure out what they're going to do.
This valley definitely isn't safe.
Yeah, so I was like, I know, like, Mr. Beast, like, had, like, a Survivor-esque thing, right? So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he knows, like, concepts of reality shows. But, like, I don't think he's ever actually watched the shows. So that's what I'm assuming is Mr. Beast's knowledge of these sort of things. Am I happy about Paloma quitting? Not really. Like, I would rather have been like someone like a Jasmine or something like that. Like someone that isn't bringing much to the table. Okay, so I do have all my shit now. I guess we'll just keep what I'm using. Okay, what was that? That was super bright. But I mean, again, like this could definitely shake up the power structure here, because like of how integral Paloma was to everything, really. I've heard her go here just so abruptly. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see how that group moves forward.
I should look for another entrance.
I don't know why I went this way. This is like such a dumb way to go.
Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
I don't think, like, I don't know, Paloma, like, I don't think would be at the bottom, but we'll have to see, like, what happens with the rest of the players. Where, like, if anything, I think her quitting here, like, actually probably boosts her up, in the fact that we never actually truly got to see her downfall.
About time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
Where we never got to the point where, like, anyone was actually directly targeting her.
Too soon.
So,
Come on.
like, I don't think she'll be at the bottom, but, like, we'll see. Like, if everyone else, like, obviously, like,
Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this
but if, like, the next few boots end up being people that are, like, screwed over by the Paloma quit, and then
always been a few
obviously, like, people like, I don't know, like a Terrence, and, like, some of these people that, like, don't have much leverage in the game, if they make deep runs, then, like, maybe Paloma could end up being on the bottom because of that. But
he's a story.
Like, I don't expect Paloma to be at the bottom.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Yeah, I think that's the definitely disappointing thing about Paloma's quitting here, is that we never got to see the true downfall. Where, like, yeah, I was very much expecting this, like, Devin-esque downfall for her. And now that's just, like, she's abruptly quits. Again, even if she, like, went home tomorrow, in terms of the, through the backstage boss twist and her losing the competition to Taylor, like, that would have been still fine. I think it would have been poetic for her to lose to Taylor and go home that way. For her to just, like, outright quit here, it's like,
With an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
We do not have CTV or Global in America.
Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Casting here was pretty atrocious. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. I really don't know what they were going for with this cast. Like, I still don't fully get that. What am I supposed to upgrade? Like, shouldn't it already be upgraded? That definitely isn't a waste of... Yeah, that is something. Do I want to do side content? I kind of do, but don't at the same time. Mainly because I don't even know what side content's worth doing at this point. I don't know, I think we'll do side content with the companions, but I don't know if I'm going to bother doing, like, this random shit here. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna show this on the show. Yeah, I mean, like, I actually really don't know. Like, I mean, they're gonna have to. That's also a major thing too. Is like, are they gonna have to re-edit the episode to like show more of like Paloma's things, whatever, like her weird like comments and everything. Like, I don't know how they're gonna approach this, or are they just gonna do like a fucking like. Actually, I don't know, because even then, I was gonna say like a Justin or a Scott. With how they went out, but even then they just like abruptly say, "Oh, this person quit the game," but then they actually do show footage of it after. So like I don't know how they're gonna show this. It's gonna be interesting. If Taylor, Terrence, Alyssa, Brittany won, would they automatically be bottom tier winner? No. Well, I mean, Taylor probably. Not Terrence or Alyssa or Brittany. Because again, Brittany to me is like already getting saved by America anyway. Alyssa wouldn't have been in danger probably if that didn't happen anyway, or more likely Paloma was going in anyway. And then you have Terrence who wasn't going home through the vote anyway. So I would only like consider this a knock against Taylor's game, considering she was the one that was like more than likely going home. That's true, I'm going to the wrong place anyway. Oh, I'm actually supposed to kill these. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I forgot we have all our weapons, too. I like completely forgot about that fact for some reason. I was still thinking I was like operating with the weapons we had in the prologue. What should I use then? Fuck, they leave you the same amount of ammo, too. That's kind of bullshit. Like, they couldn't restock my ammo.
Down it goes.
Think of all the people who are going to wake up to this news. I mean, I guess, yeah, actually, when did this get announced? This was like an hour ago, right? So, yeah, it is going to be weird. Yeah, some people are like going to not even know about this until like tomorrow morning. Oh, fuck off. Could compare this to the Pat medevac with Nick. I mean, not really, though. Because, like, the thing about the Nick thing is that it's still not 100% Nick was going home. Like, we can assume Nick was going home, but it's not like the votes were literally there to send Nick home as is. Like, because, like, again, it definitely, like, seems like Nick probably would have gone home, but, like, still, Davey was someone that was willing to fight for Nick, and, like, Christian wanted Nick around. Like, it's definitely not, like, a locked-in thing that Nick was going home for sure. To where, like, this is, like, Taylor was literally going home. Like, Taylor's, like, literally, like, about to be voted out and get saved by the twist. And even if it plays out in the way that I'm expecting, she is going to still be voted out. So, like, to me, that is different from the Nick situation. So, like, for me, it's, like, a minor knock against Nick, while this would be still, like, a pretty major knock against Taylor. So again, like, I don't know if I could like bump her above anywhere but bottom tier, but like could still reach like the top of the bottom tier. I think Tara will react to the Paloma quit. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, I don't think he's gonna take like glee in it or anything. Like, I'm assuming he's just gonna be again just mostly disappointed. Not necessarily in the like, obviously, like, if it ends up saving Taylor, and that's like interesting in its own right, but like I think in the fact that like someone ends up quitting the game and whatnot, I think it's gonna be disappointing. I think it's probably gonna be a knock against the producers as well, and the fact that it's something that like I guess like how do you like would this have been something that you could have known before the season? That Paloma would have been someone that could have quit the game. I mean, the thing is also, though, that it does seem like there are some underlying things that we don't know with Paloma that have caused her to quit. That, again, like, we don't know if it's, like something that's happened to her family outside of the game. We don't know if it's, like some sort of like thing. Like yeah, like I don't like we don't know. Like, we don't know if it's, like, a medical condition or something like that. It's, like, there's just, like, too many unknowns for us to, like, fully know why Paloma, quit. Where am I going? Oh, I just fall off the tracks. I fucking hate this in Horizon games.
Tracks. Maybe Aaron's and the Vanguards.
Yeah, like, I think as a whole, it's, like, I don't see Terran being, like, I don't think he'll be, like, happy or anything. Like, I don't think he'll be, like, any, like, major reaction, on that front. Yeah, there's, like, some talk about Lyrsa would have been someone that could have been targeted. It does seem like the, like, Pat, Carl, grouping was still, like, looking towards Nick. However, again, like, Davey wanted to keep Nick around. However, Davey himself said that he doesn't know if he would have been able to save Nick. But, again, if Lyrsa was there as someone that they could have put the votes on instead, I do think, like, with Nick, with Davey and also Christian wanting to save Nick, I think the votes could have turned to Lyrsa. Again, like, there's just too many unknowns with the Nick thing to, like, fully knock him entirely for that. While with Taylor, there's, like, less unknowns here. Production informed the house guest that Paloma has left the house. The house erupted in a sob fest with Alyssa screaming, "This can't be true, this can't be true." Taylor's sympathetic, but from my point of view, not as emotional as some of the other players. Yeah. There's another thing. Jasmine's threatening to quit, but is being talked out of it by other house guests. Her and Alyssa are talking to DR, or taking the DOR the hardest right now. Some of the house guests were acting like Marianne after the Jackson DQ. Not everyone was emotional. Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, like, it is insane, though, like, how much influence Paloma had on this season. Because, again, like, people love Paloma. Like, as much as, like, obviously, like, people are, like, we're starting to say, okay, like, Paloma's, like, doing some weird shit. And there's some people that, like, weren't clicking with Paloma anymore. Like, people like an Indy. And, like, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, I don't know. But it's, like, yeah, and, like, it is insane, though, like, how attached some of these people got to Paloma. Like, Daniel was talking about how close he was to Paloma, even though it's, like, Paloma didn't really like him that much. So, it is kind of weird.
Bristlebacks are everywhere.
I think Tyler and Nathan, I think they're really fucking boring. But I don't know for sure, but I think they win.
This is what I was forced.
If not, make it very far, because I feel like I remember their names. And so back when I started doing Amazing Race Canada, so for Amazing Race Canada, and really for Amazing Race US, I have, like, the charts of, I keep track of all the placements, average percentage of placements, whatever. And I want to do similar charts for Amazing Race Australia and, like, all the other English language seasons. So I did, right when I started watching Amazing Race Canada, make those charts respectively for Australia and China Rush and whatnot. So through that, I did see the results briefly. Again, I didn't pay too close attention, but Tyler and Nathan's names, like, were ones that I remembered. So I feel like that probably means that they either win or they're a team that had, like, a really, like, good track record in terms of the race. And also, obviously, they would do well just from looking at them. That I'm expecting them to, if not win, then do very well. But again, they are fucking boring as shit, though.
Bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain.
Do you think Jasmine's gonna quit? I mean, I don't know. Probably not. And usually DR is effective in keeping these people in the game. But, I mean, that was Phil Paloma. I think more than likely she'll stay. If she does quit, though, I think that'll be, like, this would be such a train wreck season. Completely at that point. I'll be happier for Jasmine quit than a than a Paloma quit. Yeah, imagine like everyone hating this season until Paloma and Jasmine quit at the end of week 1, and now like everyone's gonna love the season again. Like, imagine if that happens. Yeah, this is the 1 week mark. Because again, the game started a week ago today. That was when the premiere was, or a week ago. Technically, it's past midnight. Feet started. Yeah, almost exactly a week ago, right? I think a week and an hour ago. This is like 12:30, right?
Well, you did the hard part. I just took care of the stragglers. How bad is it?
Who needs ribs, huh?
Just imagine like the entire house quits. Like, what would they do if like half the house quits? Like, just imagine if like everyone that was close to Paloma ends up quitting the game here. Like the entire like Mamba alliance, and then you have like Daniel quitting the game, and like again, what a weird season this would really be at that point. Like, what would they do? Like, what would they do if like everyone but like 5 or 6 people quit?
It just slowed it down.
Yeah, like just imagine what season that would be.
Really? Well, that's great. I mean, yeah, the threat's not over.
I assume they cancel the season. I don't know though. It's like, what do you do? Again, like there's already these like preset like time slots. Obviously, they can cancel it, but then like, what would they do with those time slots?
A couple of days rest, if that.
I don't know. Again, it would be such a bizarre situation. I mean, again, BB Can did it. It's like it's possible that they just cancel the season. But again, like this isn't happening. Like this is not happening. But still, it's like it is a funny thing to think about. Yeah, like what happens if like almost the entire cast quits?
I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
They bring in the cookout. Yeah, just imagine they bring out the fucking Challenge USA cast. Make them play Big Brother. They're on like 2 nights or 2 episodes in a row.
Get patched up. If you want this embassy to happen, we're gonna need.
I mean, they probably would just give Challenge USA the Big Brother time slot on Wednesdays at least.
I know. I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks.
And that kind of ruins the point of Challenge USA. But the point of putting it after Big Brother was to give it the lead in.
That's sort of like a goodbye.
Yeah, they did say that production's winner picks were Paloma and Kyle.
Sorry.
Which isn't surprising.
Yeah, that'd be a first.
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, forget it, yeah.
Nathan's runner-up on Celebrity Apprentice Season 2. That's really random. Because of Amazing Race? Like, he really got
after the battle
or is he, like, famous from something else? But still, it's, like, really random. He lost to Dicko. And this would have been after, right? Yeah, because Dicko was 2006. Celebrity Australian Survivor. It's like, this would have been, like, years later then, right? He's like, this is what, 2011 Amazing Race? Australia won? No. Do they just bump up Tough as Nails 4? Maybe. Maybe that is what they do. Like, obviously they would need time, but yeah, that probably is. Or maybe Amazing Race. Maybe they bump up Amazing Race. Especially considering they're, like, neglecting Amazing Race to the 10 o'clock time slot at this point, too. By the way, that's bullshit. I fucking hate that. That, again, originally it was going to be Survivor at 8, Amazing Race at 9, Real Love Boat at 10. Yeah, we have got confirmation that they swapped Love Boat and Amazing Race, which again further shows you what CBS thinks of Amazing Race. But now Amazing Race will be on at 10. Amazing Race, the show that's supposed to be this like family-friendly travel show, is now going to be on at 10 p.m. So that's annoying. It means that we're probably going to be starting streams a little bit late once we get back into Survivor season, which is also kind of annoying.
We'll make it without you.
Do reruns of BB23. I mean, that'd be fine. Like, they just like replay random episodes too. Like, don't even like play it in order. Just like play like the most random episodes. Oh, can you not use the Sunwing? You can't use Sunwing in New Game Plus? That's kind of bullshit. Do I even have a mount? Yeah, I only have a mount. Ugh, that's annoying. When do you get the Sunwing? Do you literally have to wait until story? Like, you get it in the story? I guess I have to get a mount.
Acid ammo will make this go quick.
Okay. Okay, I thought these were ones I could ride. I guess not. Yeah, just bring in all the day one boots. Did I think in the preseason Paloma was going to be this sweet passive girl? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what I even said in my cast assessment, right? Again, she did not... I mean, like, she is one of the least knowledgeable people at the game coming into the season. Like, she doesn't know the show that well. I think that kind of showed in her interview, to where, like, I really thought she was going to be, I mean, she seemed like a fun personality, but not one that, like, knew the game at all. But...
Quick, gotta scrap him before the scroungers get it.
He's listed as reality star. And again, they couldn't get a more interesting person than fucking Nathan.
There's the quarry Fearless mentioned.
I think people like Taylor and Amira react to Paloma quitting. I would assume Amira is going to be annoyed, considering Paloma is one of her main alliance members. I assume Taylor is going to be not necessarily happy, but like happy that means that she's probably going to stay. By the way, that's also something I found out. So again, like I've only watched the first 3 episodes, but I did see the first boots of Amazing Race Australia 1. So I looked them up. It turns out that they're the brother and sister of Rebel Wilson. Like that's super fucking random. Like before Rebel Wilson was popular. Like that's so weird that her brother and sister were on Amazing Race Australia.
Another one down. One less machine.
You thought Paloma was going to be a sweet, naive girl. Yeah, again, similar. Impressed by Enzo's performance in the challenge. I mean, I think it's going as expected. Like, he hasn't performed, like, exceptionally well. But it's, like, it's fine. Like, I never expected him to be, like, terrible.
Another one down.
But I think, like, when you're, like, having him in a field against, like, Tyson and, like, a Danny and, I don't know, these other, like, more athletic guys, it's like he's really not, like, up there, but it's fine.
There. Corey's safe.
No, I don't like Jasmine. I mean, Jasmine's probably the person that is the most, like, it's really, like, Jasmine and Amira that are the two most, like, anti-Taylor people, to where, like, even after Taylor, like, gave her, like, speech about how she's always been, like, socially awkward and has always been, like, worried about how people perceive her and everything. It's like, at that point, like, even Alyssa and, not Taylor, Paloma, have been, like, talking about, being sympathetic towards her and everything. But then, like, Amira and Jasmine were still completely against her.
You need the whistle to get back to work?
And, like, I think Jasmine's someone that, like, I don't know, it just seems like she's gonna just, like, she's just gonna be there in the game. Like, I don't really see her doing much in the game.
Elvin holds that much power?
He's got the money and connections to snuff our fires for good.
She's just, like, not particularly interesting as either a TV character or as a player.
I need to get going.
Yeah, that's also the thing. Yeah, the Jasmine thing about Taylor, like, saying that she fat shamed her or whatever, when like it was just like what was the comment that Taylor like there was a comment, but like it had like it wasn't anything close to fat shaming her, but it was something weird about like talking about her dress or something, right? Oh no, it was about modeling, right? It was like I don't remember the exact thing, but essentially like it's just like a massive leap in logic that like Jasmine took the comment to mean that she's like calling me fat, which is just dumb. Wouldn't be surprised they bump Amazing Race to start of 2023. Maybe, but like I don't know. I don't think it's like it's not something that I'm looking as super likely. They could, but I don't know. I think they'll probably stay where it is. Most entertaining pair of AU season 1 so far. What are their names? Mo and Moss? That's their names, right? They're really fun. Like, I'm not expecting them to do that well. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the next one's out, but from where I'm at, but still, they're fun. Chris and Anastasia's, like, interesting as this bickering couple, but also, like, very icky. Like, it's like, yeah, it's, like, Chris is just a massive fucking dick, but they're fine. I like Richard and Joey. Yeah, I did like that. Again, she shaved her head. Like, that's, pretty impressive. You don't typically see that. It's like outside of like Uchenna and Joyce, like you don't see a woman shaving her head on Amazing Race. So that was something, and that's pretty much it. I mean, Sam and Renee, they had that like one little fun moment, but outside of that, the rest of the cast just kind of eh. Not gonna lie, Indy pleasantly surprised me. I mean, like, Indy's like kind of what I expected her to be. It's just that it took a while for her to get there. Like she, yeah, I mean, like I didn't expect her to like fit in within the majority the greatest. But I thought she'd be like a fun like underdog sort of figure, and I think that's kind of what she is right now. Yeah, she's like the one that's like calling out Paloma on her BS and whatnot. Dutton, Anne-Marie and Tracy, I thought they were fun for like the short time they're there, but they're kind of just like the generic like old like team that gets taken out really early, but like have like fun personalities. Yeah, Paloma's probably gone, so that's something. Yeah, it's like with Indy, I think it's like a mix of the fact that she, like, obviously has the language barrier, but then also I think it's like the fact that she isn't like that into the game. Wait, how did I get back to Chain Scrape? Oh, am I supposed to go Chain Scrape? Oh yeah, I forgot we have to. Okay, yeah, I completely forgot about this part of the game. Ryan Liberty, I mean, they're like fine. Like I think they had like a fun little introduction where like he talks about how he's like, where she talks about him being like the cockiest person she knows. But it's like outside that, it's like they're just fine on the race. I mean, they had like a good first leg. Like it's kind of also a thing that's kind of weird. They had a non-elim first leg, and they like got third place the first leg, only to lose the second one. And they kind of get screwed over too, right? Because like their plane got canceled, or if like their plane didn't get canceled, they probably would have been far enough ahead to where they wouldn't have got eliminated. But
if it is not safe for them, then it is not safe for me.
Do I think Bleed will stick together? I think certain members for sure will. I don't know if the core group will though. Again, that is what I mean. That's really the biggest question. Is like, does this group stay together without Paloma? Where I feel like Paloma was such a major like glue for that alliance.
Petra mentioned Olvind is supposed to be.
To where, yeah, I don't know.
Guess I should talk to
like I do think like Monty and Kyle are for sure sticking together, right? I forgot who's the third well, I guess yeah, because Paloma is the fourth. So yeah, who's the third in their moving group? It was Kyle, Monty, and Jasmine, right? So, well, Jasmine's not even in that line. So, I don't know. I think Kyle and Monty are going to stick together still. I assume, so you got Alyssa, Amira, and Michael. I don't know, Michael still feels like an outlier there. Really, I feel like it's going to be a loose alliance that's going to stick around. I don't know if they're going to, fully be loyal to each other at this point, though. If Dan just admitted he's a bigger fan of the show, I think he'll be better off. I don't know. I don't think it really matters too much. Especially from, in-game standpoint.
Some kind of payment. My dear.
I don't know. I don't think I know who wins Amazing Race Australia. The thing is, if I look at a list of names, I feel like there are names that stick out to me to where they may have won, but I don't know for sure. And that's the way I watched Amazing Race Canada as well. To where I knew Steph and Kristen won, for sure. But outside of that, I didn't. And Courtney and Adam, I had an assumption they won. But I didn't know. I mean, the Tim and Tim's kind of I figured out halfway through that I was oh yeah, I have seen that two guys named Tim won. But I didn't know Mikey and Pete won. I didn't know Gino and Jesse won. I didn't know Sam and Paul won. I didn't know Anthony and James won. So, yeah, I didn't know everything there. Yeah, Australia, I don't know for sure about anybody, but I'm sure, looking at a list of names, I could,
I'm here for the embassy, and
I'm probably gonna remember, some names here to where, I'm gonna think oh, maybe that's the winning team. To where again, I feel for season 1, that is what Tyler and Nathan are. I think they win, but I don't know for sure.
the
Bristlebacks, of course.
And then I'm looking at the list of names for Asia, and I don't think I remember any of the winners. Actually, no, I do remember one of them because it's and I remember another team that was extremely dominant but didn't win. I remember that one team didn't win, but they had a ridiculous record. But yeah, in terms of winners, yeah, I don't know a lot of them. And to be honest, if I was doing full-blown retrospectives of these seasons, I would probably just look it up. But considering I'm not, I don't think it, I'm probably just going to go in blind as much as I can. Again, if I get spoiled, it's whatever. I don't care that much. But I'm not going to, actively seek out the spoilers. How Jacob Jordan doing on Big Brother? Probably not well. Was this? Daniel was asked production if they let him sing one of his signature Elvis songs tonight. Complete with a backing track in honor to Paloma. His request was denied. Yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about Spoiler King. It's there are there's obviously things that he says that are true, but then I feel there's also points where he's going to the Real Vegas for sure point where he's just saying random shit that doesn't make sense, but then because the other stuff is for sure true, you're supposed to assume this stuff is also true, but it also sounds ridiculous.
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh, there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm.
Yeah, he's further confirming that the house is not taking it well. So.
Shouldn't take more than a day.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
No, you blow the whistle now.
Yeah, I really like James in Challenge USA. Yeah, I really wish James got to play a real social strategy game. I think that'll be fun. Oh yeah, I did know Jet and Dave were first boots. That is something I knew for sure.
I knew you could do it. Friends, gather around. The savior of Meridian.
I mean, what else I know? I knew Jillian and Emmett were second place, but too, I knew that since a ways back. It's not even a recent thing. I've known that for years. It's different. Stephen Kirsten winning, I knew for years as well. I knew about Natalie and Megan, but I didn't know it was Natalie and Megan. I knew a non-winning female team was really dominant, but I didn't know specifically that was Megan and Megan. But then, like, once I saw they won, like, 4 legs in a row, I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely that team. Oh, yeah, I knew Suki and Jinder. I knew about them. I don't know, what else did I know? I'm like looking through the rest of the season. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that might be it in terms of what I knew coming into it. Oh, Dave and Arena. I knew Dave and Arena were big villains. I knew that. Mind you, I thought Dave and Arena were 3rd. I was surprised that they got 4th. That was something I didn't know. But yeah, I knew a lot more about Canada than I knew Australia. Like, I know very little about Australia. Outside of, like, Season 5 being fucked because they expanded it, and then Season 3 is Australia versus New Zealand, right? And I know Season 2 supposedly looked as one of the best seasons ever. That's essentially what I know. Outside, I don't know much. And then Asia, again, like, I know one team, and I believe Season 2 has, like, one of the best records. Like, one of the best, like, average placements in the history of the show. And I'm pretty sure I know their names. And then I know a certain other winning team. And then China Rush, I don't think I know anything. So, yeah, those will be interesting to watch eventually. Again, right now, I'm going to watch Australia. Again, I don't know how quick this process is going to be, considering I am obviously going to be busy with all the shows that are currently airing or will air soon. Because we got Big Brother, we got Challenge USA. We're going to have 4 episodes of SA in a row next week and for 6 weeks moving forward. And along with that also comes like an abbreviated time to put together SA review. We got mid-season power rankings along the way. Also just got editing on the normal videos that I'm working on right now too. So it's like there's a lot of stuff going on that front. So I think this process is probably going to go pretty slow of getting through Amazing Race Australia. But in whatever free time I have in between all those things, I'll try to watch. I think China, Russia, and Asia, again, I'm probably going to do a video on that eventually, but I'll have to wait, I think. I think what will happen there is that I'll for sure finish Australia by the end of the year, considering I do want to get caught up before the next season. China, Russia, and Asia, I'll probably wait a little bit after that to where I have a bit more free time.
Maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Turner is definitely going to be the person to turn everything around. He's going to cheer everyone up with his stories of how much Mr. Beast ripped him off. Amazing Race Canada 6, it was Heroes Edition because like everyone was like a quote unquote hero. Like they either had like jobs in public service or they were like volunteers or whatever. By the way, that is something I still fucking hate from Amazing Race Canada, and they're still doing this season 2, is like how heavy-handed they are with
I have to go on quiet so I don't spook them.
with like those sort of things of like how good of people these people are and everything. It's like I really don't care. Like, I don't care that you volunteer for this, like, random fucking organization. I don't know. But yeah, like, eventually I do want to do, like, my experience with China, Russia, and Asia or whatever. But again, like, that's probably going to have to wait a bit. Like, that will 100% not be until next year. The video, at least. Again, I might watch it by the end of the year, but the video itself won't be until next year. By the way, I did see this too. I haven't talked about this. That Flynn Masters has been doing more and more Hell's Kitchen videos. And, like, I stumbled upon his channel the other day. And, like, his Hell's Kitchen videos are doing ridiculous views. Which is, like, so funny to me. That there's this, like, massive niche on YouTube now for Hell's Kitchen videos. Which is like so random in my eyes, where he's getting like hundreds of thousands of views on Hell's Kitchen videos. So again, that's funny to me. I'm still like, again, I want to watch Hell's Kitchen at some point, but even if I do, I'm not gonna do anything beyond like probably just a season ranking.
There's Erend.
But again, it is funny that the audience is there for like this,
Lighten up, Pai.
For
like Hell's Kitchen content.
No, that would be Commander Nozar.
Jen Day were fun. Like obviously the run is like so short, but yeah, it's a good one episode arc for them.
And maybe now that Studios Juarez is here, we can finally get things
You know, half watching or watching half of season 1 of Friends and didn't find it funny. Yeah, I've never been the biggest Friends fan. Like I'm not like I haven't watched Friends in years at this point. But yeah, like I've always found like I've always been a Seinfeld person personally in terms of like older sitcoms. To where there's a point where like I pretty much knew almost every Seinfeld episode like word to word, like pretty much like yeah knew the entire script of every episode just due to how much I watched it. But then it's probably been like almost 10 years since I've watched this a Seinfeld episode. I have like detailed spreadsheets on fucking Seinfeld rankings and everything too somewhere, but yeah, don't know. Like, it'd be funny if I ever do a Seinfeld video, but probably won't ever happen. I don't believe Turner has mentioned Mr. Beast on the feeds.
So what happens at these?
At least I haven't seen anything of it. Yeah, like, Amazing Race Canada is, like, super heavy-handed and, like, propping up Canada as a country, which is, like, okay, I get it.
Personal effects taken from Karja soldiers that fell during the Red Raids.
Yeah, the plan was to watch Hell's Kitchen after Amazing Race, but it's like also like
special how?
Again, just the process of getting through Amazing Race alone is still taking forever. So, yeah, I did see that Jerry Seinfeld's doing a Pop-Tart movie for some reason. I've never been big into Big Bang Theory. I've watched like a few episodes here and there, but I've never been into it. All right, here we go. Was this in Zoom meeting? Grodner was very emotional. Said Paloma was the best female house guest this season. One of the best casting picks they've had in years. She said this is one of the worst starts to a Big Brother season she's had since starting the show, and everyone needs to be on board. Lots of heated debate between Grodner, who wants to cancel the eviction, and the rest who want Taylor to go home for the sake of the season. Multiple high-level production staff will say the season will be too toxic if Taylor stays. I think at this point cancel the eviction. From my point of view, I think there's enough inroads there to where she could be fine. Like again, there is definitely the worry that she just gets targeted again, but I think there's a chance she stays to where I think it's worth keeping her in. But I mean, this is Big Brother production for you.
If he's the one keeping the gates shut, I'll convince him to open them for me.
I'll take you to him, but I have to warn you.
Do I like Pop-Tarts? Not really.
Especially when he's already.
I haven't had Pop-Tarts since I was a kid, but even then I didn't like them that much.
This way.
Watching Toby Spider-Man, it still holds up. Yeah, I mean, like I've watched at least 1 and 2 not too long ago. And yeah, I still think Spider-Man 2 is like one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Like to me, Tobey Spider-Man is still like my Spider-Man. So like I never liked Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and like Tom Holland, it's like I think like technically is probably the better Spider-Man. But again, I always have like the affinity for Tobey's.
Soldier, sir. There's the commander.
Yeah, I liked Into the Spider-Verse. I don't think I liked it as much as like most other people. Yeah, I'd be willing to rewatch it though at some point.
How are we to hold an embassy with a tribe that can't even govern their own people?
Much more can
yeah, when I eat Pop-Tarts, I think the one was it Fudge Sundae. Is that a Pop-Tart? I believe that's the one that I typically got. But Pop-Tarts are not like my favorite thing in the world.
We appreciate your service.
I'm really just in general. I've never been like a breakfast person.
Didn't you just
Yeah, it
say
was
you didn't?
hot fudge sundae.
Both sides must signal readiness until the Tanakh.
Oh, and cookie and cream too. But yeah.
Yea, for as the first shall be kept.
Shut up.
Or my childhood TV shows, Power Rangers is a massive one. Power Rangers, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon are probably like the top 3. Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball was probably not until I was like 10, 9 or 10. But like Power Rangers, I've watched since I was like 4. And same thing in Digimon, because like, they were on like back to back, I believe.
Run back to Meridian. File a complaint.
The Meridian I saved.
It was like what? It was Digimon and Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Nobody walks to the gate until the
Scooby-Doo kinda, like I've watched Scooby-Doo when I was a kid, but I wasn't like that big of a fan of the like animated show. I love the Scooby-Doo movie, the 2002 one, to where like I considered doing a retrospective of it this year, but I just never got around to it.
It's time to go.
Absolutely not.
I've never been big into like fruit, like fillings in things. Thing, I feel like I would probably like it more now than I did when I was a kid, like the strawberry Pop-Tart. Like I thought about buying like toaster strudels, the like fruit flavored ones, because I feel like those I would probably like nowadays when I didn't when I was a kid.
Open the gates, please.
Because I bought like the breakfast toaster strudels, like the ones that like have like egg, cheese, and bacon / sausage or whatever, and like those are good. But yeah, I feel like I would like the fruit ones now, but I just never bought them. Yeah, the live action Scooby-Doo movie from 2002 with was it Matthew Lillard as Scooby? You got Freddie Prinze Jr. as Freddy.
Hey, Varl. Hi, Aaron. What's happening?
You got what? Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne. Linda, what was her last name? Hawkeye's wife is Velma.
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded.
Hey, Nozar. You stupid bastard. You think
Yeah,
you got
it's a not great movie, but I've always liked it.
Meridian's face?
It's a movie I have a lot of nostalgia for.
Sun King Avad is gonna do when he hears what you did. Promote you, huh?
I've only watched one episode of Deca Ranger. Yeah, again, Deca Ranger's a great series. It's definitely not the like I think from like a storytelling perspective, it's maybe not the greatest. But definitely has like a lot of style and has like really likable characters. Like I don't think it has like the most like consistent like storyline from beginning to end. It's a fun series though.
Yeah, well, I figured it'd be nice if
Yeah, Pokemon's one I watched as a kid, but I never like got that into the Pokemon anime. Where like, I feel like it's like one of those shows that I watched because it was on more so than I actually liked it. Where like, I always liked Digimon a lot more than Pokemon. Then yeah, Zack and Cody, but again, that was when I was like a little bit old. That was like closer when I was like 9 or no, actually 10, 11, actually probably somewhere around there. Yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place, same thing. Never watched iCarly.
That is the line between east and west. Cross it and die.
Yeah, Velma's pretty hot in that. Again, I've always had a thing for Linda, whatever her name is, Cardellini. Yeah, she's 47. I didn't realize she was that old. That's funny. She was also in Freaks and Geeks.
Did they not? What is the meaning of this violation? Why send
And again, she looks pretty good for 47.
The Karja can't be trusted. This is no.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them.
BB Wiki updated Pluma's out. I think that's too early for the wiki to be updating. Saying the wiki's supposed to be like a reliable source, and there's technically no like official sources that have said it, but whatever. Yeah, Matthew Lillard's a great Shaggy.
Telling the truth about one thing. She's
Favorite chip flavor?
she's a
That's
Nora,
probably just
savage
boring barbecue.
And if she
Or
seeks
like
to save lives, she
all
will not
dressing.
listen. Let me
Something I didn't try until like that recently that I really like is the voodoo chips. What's the brand called? Zapp's voodoo chips. Those are really good. Yeah, like SPD. I think SPD does a much better job in terms of like,
Just Aloy.
yeah, I mean, like, it really is just like a better like actual story, and like actually has like better themes overall. Like Deca Ranger's just like, it's a really great like episode to episode, and again, really likable cast of characters. But again, like in terms of like the overall storyline, like it's very much lacking. And I would go a little bit more in detail, but I feel like it would spoil things about the show. But yeah, like there definitely is
I just need to go
some issues with Deca Ranger. But I still really like the season though.
I might be able to help.
My favorite Pokemon probably Charizard, but it's not like a super solid pick there. Sweet Life on Deck. I was a bit too old by the time that started, I think. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was on when I was a kid, but like I feel like when it transitioned to Life on Deck, that was what, 2008, so I was 13. Yeah, so I think that was the point where I started to like stop watching the show. Well, at that point I felt like I was like a little bit old to be watching it. Yeah, salt and vinegar are good too. And that's essentially what voodoo chips are, right? It's just like salt and vinegar. I mean, like, salt and vinegar and something. I don't remember what the other thing is, but still. I'll just wake up tomorrow, see Paloma still talking about God, talking to her through tea bags. Yeah, there's still a chance.
Why I need rite of passage.
Favorite pair on Amazing Race Candidate? I mean, like, I really like Cedric. It's like Ty's dad. So like I like them as like a TV presence. Again, I'm not expecting them to do well. I think they're fun.
Much worse. Calling down storms.
And really, that probably actually is my favorite team. It's like who else is there?
And I'm the only one who can stop it.
Yeah, I'm not really clicking with this cast, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Frank and Nella, like I'm expecting them to win, but they're just kind of like, they're fine. Jesse and Marika, I feel like I know nothing about them. They're just kind of bland. Beverly and Veronica, they're fine. Brennan and Connor, again, fine. Again, just both of those teams feel like redos of teams that like we've seen in the past. Catherine and Craig, I find them kind of annoying. Again, Cedric, Ty, I like them. Dennis and Darrell, I feel like we barely know anything about them. Cassie and Jameek are fine. I think they're fine. Court and Allie, they're kind of boring, and also they're not that good. So, yeah, kind of like on the cast. Favorite Disney movie? I don't really have a solid answer. At least like off the top of my head. Like I feel like probably like Aladdin is something that I liked a lot as a kid. Like Lion King's a movie that I really liked until the point where I watched it a billion times because they would show it at school. Like every single time there was like nothing going on, and that got annoying. Incredibles I liked at the time.
Tell him I sent you.
And to be fair, a lot of these are Pixar movies.
The Sky Clan's banner.
But anyway, I don't really have like a super solid answer. Dill pickle chips? I've actually never had dill pickle chips.
It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me. And the commander.
Team Amazing Race Canada 5 went home with Express Pass. Yeah, it was the girls, right?
He isn't yet.
The two girls that did well that one leg, and whatever, the blonde girls, right? Forgot their names.
He's right. Sound the horn.
Ice cream sandwiches versus fudgicles.
Not all Tanakh can stomach the idea of parlay with the
probably ice cream sandwich, but it's like I'm not really like a massive fan of either.
On my way.
No, the other marshals will not permit.
Yeah, I'm personally an Italian ice guy. And growing up, I had like Luigi's a lot, and then like now I'm into Lindy's. That's the name, right? Yeah, Lindy's Italian ice. Those are pretty good.
The Karja have opened the gates.
I feel like every time you eat chicken, you get stuck in your teeth. Yeah, that's kind of a common occurrence. Saw Captain America: First Avenger. It was okay. Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Captain America: First Avenger too. It's fine. Yeah, technically Marvel is Disney. Yeah, are we talking about Marvel and talking about favorite Disney movie? If that's the case, then I guess Infinity War. But obviously that's not like what I would initially think of. I never did watch the Lion King remake. I intended on watching it at some point, but I just never got around to it.
Today is such.
Can't believe the Minions movie is better than Buzz Lightyear movie. Was it? Actually, I never even looked up. What did the Minions movie do? Oh, goddamn it. How did I accidentally turn on the audio on my stream? There we go. Yeah, what did the Minions movie do? I think it's like 64 Rotten Tomato.
The blood of the Karja.
Anyway, never gonna watch it.
Pledge your spears to a chief who can
Favorite Mega Alliance in BB? I don't know, is there any? Like, typically if there's a Mega Alliance, I don't like it. I guess the Cookout over including that as one, but it's like, I don't know. Really none, right? See you later, Radio Ranger. I've never watched WandaVision, and I'll be honest, like I'm kind of just out on MCU at this point. Where again, like initially it was like obviously like I watched Endgame, and to be fair, I watched what was the second Spider-Man movie? Not No Way Home, Far From Home. But like at that point, I was like, okay, I'll just like wait until all of Phase 4 is out and then binge it all at once. And like I'm kind of at the point now where like I just don't care. Like there's too much shit to the point where like I just simply don't care. And like everything I'm hearing about the MCU is that there's no like coherent direction anymore. And like to me, I just feel like the like Infinity Saga was like such a perfect like conclusion to all the storylines that I personally cared about in the MCU, to where like I'm 100% fine never watching anything MCU for the rest of my life. Like I really just don't care about the MCU at this point. Yeah, like I can watch it. It's just that I don't care to watch it. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe eventually I'll just like cave in and watch it, but I'm not that interested right now. But I think that's the best chance out of the rumor cast of Australian Survivor. Craig, I think, is in a good spot. To be honest, George is like coming in a better spot than he should be, considering he does have all these other big targets around him. But still not, still probably not well poised in the grand scheme of things. Oh, Shawnee. Shawnee's probably well positioned. Matt Rogers probably as well positioned as he can be. Probably Shawnee's probably the answer though. I think Shawnee could do very, very well here.
They're not gonna make it.
Secret Invasion should be good. Yeah, what is the storyline they're setting up now? Is it Secret Wars? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Secret Wars, right? So yeah, if I cared enough, then I would actually probably pay attention to what that even is. But again, I'm not that. I don't really care about the MCU anymore. I should rank every Mike White movie. I would not be opposed to it. I've actually thought about that concept before.
Fire at will. I don't have a shot.
If not like rank them, then like just again, I thought like doing a retrospective of the Emoji Movie would have just been funny. Oh yeah, I really love the Daredevil Netflix show. I think it's bloated because that's Netflix, like that's the Netflix Marvel shows for you, but again, it is really strong. And I think Daredevil was definitely the best of all those series. I think Daredevil's the only one that was like consistently good. Like season 2 wasn't as good as 1 and 3, but like they were all like still solid. Season 1 of Jessica Jones was good, but I felt like everything after that was just kind of eh. Punisher was. I know season 1 was good. I don't remember season 2. I feel like they were good. And then you got like Iron Fist, which was shit, and then Luke Cage was just kind of eh too. Then Defenders was like kind of eh also. It feels like forever since those shows, though.
Archers on the ridge.
Decided to watch Black Panther 2, and that's it for foreseeable future. I mean, like, even Black Panther 2 to me, like, just doesn't interest me at this point, considering, like, how much, like, of a clusterfuck production has been. And then also adding in the fact that obviously T'Challa's not there and everything. It's like, I don't know, like, what's the point? It's like, I really don't care. I hear Shang-Chi is really good. I would say like Shang-Chi is probably the movie that I'm the most interested in watching, especially considering it's definitely a movie that you could watch like just as its own like individual movie, right? Like there's not that much connective tissue between it and the rest of the MCU. So like I'm definitely interested in watching Shang-Chi at some point. And like I'm sure I'll watch No Way Home at some point as well. The rest though, I don't really have that much of an interest in. Like Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, like I have no real interest in it outside of the fact of like if I'm just watching every MCU movie. Like Thor, I kind of have an interest, but like not really. I don't know why I just did that. That was just idiotic. Again, like Black Widow, I don't really have much of an interest in. Like a lot of the shows, I don't have that much of an interest in. I feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm interested in. Even though like I'm pretty sure the reception to it's like not the greatest, but I feel like it's the type of show that I would like. Considering it's like a lot more character based and it's around characters that actually like have at least some care about. But like again, WandaVision's like whatever. I could probably take it or leave it. Loki, I've no real interest in. Miss Marvel could be interesting, but who knows? Moon Knight, it's like. And what's the other one? I feel like there's another show that I'm forgetting, but still, it's like again, there's just way too much shit. I really just don't care. Like for me, I'm like the type of person that it's either I go all out on something or I don't do it at all. And I feel like as of right now with the MCU, I'm just kind of thinking like it's probably just better to not do it at all. But again, I'll probably end up changing my mind at some point. Oh, Hawkeye was the other show. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't be that opposed to watching Hawkeye. Mike White's last film he did was the one and only Ivan. I feel like I've heard of it. How many movies has Mike White done? And like, if I were to rank every Mike White movie, would I only do movies he directed, or would I do like School of Rock, which he wrote, but not directed? Like, I would think I will include it because I feel like that's like his most notable thing, right? Is School of Rock. Like, it'd be kind of weird to like not include it. Who the fuck am I even fighting right now? Like, I don't even know who the enemy is. Okay, oh, is it just the actual machines? Okay, fine. Oh yeah, I know the Mandarin comes. Okay, what the fuck? Shows up, right, in Shang-Chi? Pretty sure that's the thing. Yeah, what I should say though, is like when I say like connections to the MCU, I should say like connections to the MCU that I haven't watched. To the point where like I can jump in without watching like Black Widow or like WandaVision or something like that. I mean, Loki's a great show. I feel like it's not the show for me. Based on what I know about it, I don't think I would like the show. Again, I can get why people would. Again, doesn't really seem like it's my thing. Okay, what the fuck? Yeah, by the way, I did see, I don't know if I should talk about this considering it just came out today, right? But I did see some, like, spoiler stuff for the finale of Miss Marvel, which is interesting. If only I actually cared that much. Yeah, I know Black Widow, takes place, like, in between Civil War and Infinity War, which is just weird. Yeah, it always made it like feel kind of pointless to me. Like obviously the point of it is like to introduce the new Black Widow, but it's like also it's like I don't care. Like I don't.
Grant me the honor of this challenge.
Like, why I only directed 2 movies? Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was that many.
Right.
I thought it was more than 2, but yeah, I didn't think it was, like, that much. Yeah, I feel like No Way Home is one that I would be interested in watching, just from the fact that, like, obviously it has the Return of the other Spider-Mans and everything. And again, Shang-Chi, because it's like more of an individual thing. Outside that, I don't know how interested I am in the other movies. Am I missing any other movies? Let's see.
You're next, girl.
Oh, I forgot you have to fight this guy. Oh, this is how you get the fucking shield wing. I'm about to die, though. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh wow, this guy actually. Oh, okay. I forgot how much like damage this guy could take. He's like, last time I played this, I played on the easiest difficulty, so it's like he just like died in one hit, and I found that like super fucking funny. Yeah, he does take a lot of damage. Yeah, he can take a lot of damage in our difficulties. Let's see how this works. Nope, that didn't work at all.
His shield regenerated.
How did that explode? Wait, did I miss? Okay. Alright, let's just pause this real quick. So I just want to look at the list of Phase 4 movies. Oh my god, there's really that many TV. That's fucking ridiculous. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 series already. And there's also She-Hulk that starts soon. And yeah, Secret Invasion coming, Ironheart coming, Armor Wars coming. It's like, fuck me, dude. It's way too much stuff. Yeah, movies, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals. I forgot Eternals existed. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother watching Eternals unless I decide to watch everything. Yeah, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Panther. I don't know, like, just in general, it's like I feel like my biggest issue with the MCU right now, and like mostly based on like what I've heard about it and like the spoilers I've seen and whatnot, it feels like the MCU's like going all in on doing things like for the sake of fan service, more so than like they're that integral to the plot of the series. Where like, obviously like there is this like general direction that the series is going in, but it feels like a lot of like the purpose of the series is like kind of like, or like a lot of the focus, I guess is probably what I'm saying, of the series is like kind of faded because they're doing so much shit that like Feige can't even keep up with everything. Or like Feige isn't as like personally attached to everything anymore. Oh, that kill him? There we go. Yeah, I feel like because of that, it makes it so that it just feels like a lot of it's just kind of like a lot of it's either meandering or it's like they're just like adding in these characters for the sake of fan service without like there actually being much reason for them to actually be there. Again, that's just the vibe I'm getting from like the Offset. Griner wants to cancel the eviction, keep Taylor in the house because of the engagement she has brought to the show. Nearly everyone else is against it. She's adamant that they cannot lose both Paloma and Taylor to start the season, or the season will flop. I mean, she's probably pretty close to being right there. Yeah, like I mean, I think this will be the test then to see how much influence Grodner really has, if this stuff's true. Oh yeah, I definitely need to see a fucking MCU Halloween special. That's something, and also the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special or whatever. I gotta watch this.
Guess I'm stuck with Aaron.
Yeah, I feel like again, like if I'm interested, if I am gonna watch Thor 4, it's like I would watch it more so because it's a Taika Waititi movie, more so than because it's an MCU movie at this point. I mean, that's what I've heard a lot about Thor 4 is that it's a great like comedy, but it's not necessarily like the greatest like MCU movie. But to be honest, like, again, I wouldn't be that opposed to that at this point.
I got you.
I love how like we're over 3 hours in the stream and I just finished the prologue. It's like, what the fuck? Again, this should not have taken this long. But whatever. This is going to be a long playthrough. I really thought we'd be done this in like 3 streams or something. But I think it'll probably be closer to like 5 at this point. Why does that guy look fucked? Like, what is up with his tattoos?
I should be able to use it to glide.
I think David, Jordy, Haley got a chance. I think Jordy does. I don't know about Haley or David. I think it's going to be a very tough road. I think those are 2 that come in with the biggest targets on their back. Them and George, but I think the fact that they're there, and more than likely they're all going to be on the villain's tribe too. I think that's going to be decent protection for George. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like, how is David going to get through the early game here? Mind you, I thought the same thing coming into All-Stars. I didn't think he'd have a chance coming into All-Stars. It turns out, like, everyone wanted to work with him for whatever reason. But again, like, coming into this as the winner of All-Stars, I think it's going to be a tough road for David. Am I more interested in Disney's Pinocchio or Netflix's? Neither. I don't care about either of them, personally. I'll probably never watch them.
That's no man's land. It was supposed to be.
Can I name each of these characters?
Obviously, this Regala.
Probably not, realistically. I mean, you got Cyclops, right? Is that Rogue?
The rebels were riding Bristlebacks.
Outside that, probably not. I mean, what's the ice guy's name?
Saying the rebels let them into the Dawn?
Is it just something boring like Iceman or something? I don't fucking know.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy.
I feel like I've seen some of these characters before, but I couldn't tell you the names though.
Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one over there near the Utara border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the
Which one's Netflix's?
Say so. Is there anything else
Pinocchio?
I can tell you before you go?
Is it live action? It's Del Toro. That's okay. It's not even okay. That's fucking weird. What's the Disney Plus one then? Okay, Disney Plus one is live action. That's fucking weird. Wouldn't you think the Del Toro one would be live action? I don't know. Whatever. Which one? I think it was Rogue. The one in green. Just not sacrifice yourself 80 times to be disrespected. Well,
I need to be on my way.
That's something.
I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return.
But yeah, if you think I can name random X-Men characters, I think you're sorely mistaken.
We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Matt Rogers, like, I think he can do well, and like, who's he on the tribe? He's with Sean and Craig, like, and then who are the women? It's like you got Flick. I mean, like, it's actually, yeah, it's probably a decent landing spot for him. I think the problem is that he's Matt Rogers and he's on Australian Survivor, which is a game that doesn't really suit his playstyle. So you still can't use the Sunwing. That's annoying.
So, this is the Forbidden West.
But yeah, like I think he can do well. It's just that I feel like it's probably going to go the same way Championship Contenders 1 did for him, where by the end of
It won't be easy out there.
or by the not the end, by the like mid-merge sort of phase, he's gonna be targeted. So it was Jean Grey, Iceman. So it was Iceman. Yeah, how generic of a fucking name. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck Cinch is. I don't know who Magic is. I don't know who Forge is. I've heard of Firestar. I think I've heard of Havoc.
There's a lot of ancient wrecks out here. Must have been a huge.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3 stuff came out today. I'll be honest, I didn't look at any of it, mainly because I don't plan on playing it. So, again, still cool. Oh, we also got more information on the Lollipop Chainsaw remake that's happening for whatever reason, which will be funny. I'll probably play it because I liked Lollipop Chainsaw at the time. I still own it, I'm pretty sure, on PS3 or whatever. Do I? Actually, wait. I should still own it, right? Yeah, I do. I have it on PS3. Yeah, should be interesting. Again, it's funny that they're remaking it instead of just remastering it. Which, like, I saw, like, Suda51 said that it's because, like, they couldn't get the rights to the music back, and they wanted to make sure that the game, like, still suited the music that was in there or something dumb like that. So they decided to just remake everything, which is, like, such a weird decision, but whatever. Everyone obviously wanted a remake of Lollipop Chainsaw. Oh, it's Sync, isn't it? It's Sync. Whatever. That's your favorite X-Man? Which one is he? Yeah, I've literally never seen this character before, I don't think. Maybe I have, actually. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was obviously why I wanted to do it. I definitely wanted to jump to the side in a really awkward angle and do it in slow motion. Yeah, so by the time I stream next time, it'll probably be a very different Big Brother landscape than what we're currently looking at, which is going to be super funny. I probably still won't stream until Sunday. Like, because again, like, even if I do stream, even if I want to stream tomorrow, I'm going to end up having to miss the eviction episode. So I won't be able to watch it until midnight when it gets posted on Paramount Plus anyway. So it's like at that point I might as well just not stream. And then like last week I did stream on Friday, but it's like also I don't really like streaming on Friday. So yeah, we probably won't be back until Sunday. Which again, at that point we'll see if the eviction gets canceled or not. We'll have new HOH. The veto will probably be played by that point. Again, it'll be a whole new world from a Big Brother point of view. And we'll be like a day away from the fucking SA premiere. So that'll be something too. By the way, I did finish listening to the SA interviews from RGP, which was interesting. I mean, like, I feel like my opinion has changed on certain people. I'm probably lower on like someone like a PK than what I was. I'm probably higher on Tony. I'm kind of, I think I'm higher, but also lower at the same time on Shane. Like, I'm higher in the sense that I think he's actually coming into this in a better position than I thought he was. But like, he gives me very Russell Hantz vibes in the way he talks about the game, which is like so funny to me because they're not that similar, like, personality wise, really, but like just the confidence that Shane has in talking about things that he's like completely wrong on is really funny to me. like the fact that he keeps on talking about like how Graham is a bad player and how Graham got really lucky in how he won, and that like 8 out of the 10 times they play, he would beat Graham, but Graham just got really lucky to have well, what did he call David? He called David I mean, essentially an idiot, but like either way, like it was a funny interview, where like Shane is just so cocky, to where again, I think he's probably better short term than I was expecting, but he is definitely not the like probably not the best strategic mind that I was expecting him to be. Oh, you still, you got distracted by Super Sentai to watch more Champions. I mean, you don't have much time, do you? You have what, 5 days, stuff like that. Less than that, technically.
That device is blinking.
It's this one, right?
Silence wants me to check it out.
Yeah, so it's kind of a lot to get through, especially considering how episodes are longer, right? Champions, and also there's more episodes than normal, so.
Using explosives. I've detached the processing orb from the Titan overhead.
Yeah, I'm actually extremely worried for Chappies coming into the season after like knowing the dynamics coming in, where like it does seem like essentially what's going to happen here with SA on the post-merge tribe, at least. Pre-merge tribe, I barely ever read on pre-merge tribe. But post-merge tribe, I feel like I have a very good read on the dynamics here. Which is like, I think it's going to be Shane and Marion and Dante and Meryl feel like a very solid 4. I'll be very surprised if those 4 don't link up right away. And then you got Chappies, and like Shane and Marion hate Chappies for like some reason. Don't know why, but like Shane just outright hates Chappies already. But yeah, so like Chappies seems to probably have someone like a Steffi as a potential ally. I think he has like a PK as a potential ally. Specifically PK because of PK and Marion supposedly like dated, or like they had what was the term that we were using for Wendell and Michelle? They kicked it, right? They had kicked it. But supposedly that didn't end well. It's like I'm assuming PK is going to work against Shane and Marion, and also seem to want to work with Chappies. So I think that's going to be a thing. I think along with that will probably come Tony with PK, which at that point it's like, does Palessa and, because at that point Palessa and it's Tajin, right? I keep on saying Tajan, but it's Tajin, right? I think that's how you actually pronounce his name. But either way, they're essentially the swings. And like, I think they side with Chappies, or with PK and Tony, which at that point would side with Chappies. But, again, there's definitely a lot of, like, I think it is going to be these, like, 2 warring sides against each other. Like, I think it is going to be Chappies versus Shane at the beginning, where I think Shane is going to be a lot more resolute in targeting Chappies, and Chappies is the other way around. Where, like, I think Shane and Marion are going to want to directly go for Chappies off the bat. While I think Chappies is going to, like, obviously know that Marion and Shane are against him, considering, like, that was, like, pre-season. Like, I mean, like, during the airing of Immunity Island, supposedly, like, Marion was, like, a very open critic of him, and so was Shane, to where, okay, well, that was my first actual death, so that's something. But yeah, like, to where, I'm pretty sure he knows that they don't like him. But, like, I don't think he's going to be as resolute in targeting them. So, again, could be interesting, though. Shan is mad at Alyssa? Why is Shan mad? I saw Tiffany was mad. And then, well, like, Tiffany was so, like, last week, Kylan defended Alyssa and Derek X, right? And then like Tiffany was upset at him for defending him, and I believe she also did a podcast since then where she was like kind of like being like kind of passive aggressive towards Alyssa. So yeah, there definitely seems to be bad blood there. But yeah, why is Shan upset at Alyssa? Yeah, okay. I'll look this up. Let's see. I love how I looked up Shan Twitter and it actually can't. Like she's actually the one that came up. The cookout last year. Okay. Yeah. That's something. I do love how, like, also, like, it seems like every, like, POC reality TV person is tweeting about Big Brother at this point. It is funny that, like, despite obviously this, like, being for negative reasons, like, it does seem like the Taylor situation has caused, like, so many people to talk about Big Brother. Even, like, people that, like, you wouldn't expect to talk about Big Brother. Yeah, Alyssa pretty much called her a Karen. Which is, like, I don't know how apt that really is, but whatever. Again, from my point of view, like, obviously, like, there's this, like, kind of debate on the cookout, like, in terms of, like, debate on whether or not Alyssa and Derek are justified in being bitter against the cookout. Again, like, I feel like they are. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, obviously they understand the situation. Like, they're not saying that, like, how dare you, like, guarantee there was a black winner, like, all this stuff. It's like, they're not doing that. But, like, when these people that you trusted, when playing the last social strategy game that you played, ended up backstabbing you, like, of course you're not going to trust them the next time you play a social strategy game with them. That must be the orb silence stuck Hades in that door. Oh, like, I feel like it is, like, rational for them to not trust the cookout at this point. I'm trying to think, like, where should I break off here in terms of stream? I'm thinking that this, like, say after we do this, we talk to Silence, he tells us to upgrade our weapon, we upgrade the weapon, and then after that you do this, like, pretty long tomb style mission. I don't think we're gonna, I think we might as well end right before that, right? Because, like, I'm like, realistically, I can definitely go, like, probably another 30 minutes, but I feel like that's gonna take, like, over an hour, and I'd rather not do that tonight. So I think we'll, like, get to a point where we can enter the facility, and then we'll just, like, maybe walk around and talk for a little bit more. Oh. I mean, the thing that I also found interesting, though, is that, like, yeah, I was fully expecting this to just be, like, Alyssa being, like Alyssa and Derek being the ones that are like, okay, yeah, fuck the cookout, we're targeting the cookout. When, like, also Xavier, like, approved the plan to get rid of Tiffany. I feel like that's, like, a thing that's been lost in the shuffle. Where, like, I found that to be really, weird. I mean, to go along with the plan. God damn, this headset's always falling off my head. But yeah, like, it does make you wonder, like, so, again, if Xavier's willing to let Tiffany go, then, like, how close were they really? Like, was it really, like, Xavier, like, was Xavier really, like, more loyal to Alyssa in this game than to Tiffany?
When the mysterious signal transformed you,
which is also probably actually more of a negative indicator on Alyssa, considering the fact that she's seemingly trying to work against Xavier.
Where did they go?
But it seemed like Xavier, again, was like more willing to save Alyssa over Tiffany here.
Bunch of crazed AIs, scattered who knows where, doing who knows what. Hephaestus kills thousands every year with the combat machines it keeps making. And you nearly ended the world.
Yeah, I think Xavier definitely cares to a degree. But, like, I think if Xavier knew that the cookout wasn't his optimal, like, endgame path, then, yeah, like, I do think he definitely would have tried to shake things up at the end there. Like, I think he would have tried, and to be fair, even in that actual situation, he still tried to sneak Alyssa,
Enough.
past Tiffany, but...
It's time to finish this.
Yeah, again, like, I think Xavier's definitely more self-interested in, than what you would assume, considering, obviously, the mission to the cookout.
Yeah, Aloy does. What would you know, Hades? Twice you tried to destroy life on Earth, and twice you failed. The only extinction you ever brought about is your own. And there's no tricked-out plans to save you this time.
Yeah, I think that, like... I mean, I think that's always been, like, the debate with the cookout, is, like, how far do they need to take the mission? Where, again, the mission was always to... Like, the mission initially... Okay, well, I guess initially it was really just to keep the, like, black people safe till jury. That was the initial plan. But then, like, it also transitioned to guaranteeing a black winner. But...
Centuries ago. It's what you were designed to
also, it's like... How far do they need to take that? I think that's the question of, like, did they need to go to Final Six together? Like, that obviously, like, proves a bigger point, and also, like, is this bigger moment for a show, but was obviously suboptimal strategy for a lot of them to guaranteeing themselves the win. To really, it was in literally no one's best interest to have the cookout as the actual Final Six. Where, like, even for Xavier, who benefits the most from that, it's, again, like, obviously it would be ideal if he swapped out, like, Alyssa for Kyland. Or, I mean, I guess, actually, at that point, yeah, it would have been Tiffany, would have been better. But still, like, it would have been better if Alyssa squeaked into the Final Six, even for him. By the way, I'm surprised we've gotten like no Xavier Kylan content, have we?
Think maybe you can.
You would think that we would have by now.
It will. You can
Trust.
Yeah, because like that's the compromise of the cookout. Is that, like, at the end of the day, it's like one of these black, like, by the time we get to, like, the final 8, I would say, like, you're pretty much guaranteed that a black person's gonna win. But it's like for someone like a Tiffany in particular, by like getting rid of Claire in that position, again, she could have still, like, I mean, it wouldn't be 100% though, because obviously you could still end up in this scenario where, like, Claire and Alyssa end up working together and get to the final 2 somehow through winning out or something. So, like, that would obviously ruin everything. But, like, the odds were, like, pretty likely that a person of, like, or like one of the black players would have made it to the end and end up winning at that point. And again, if Tiffany had got to the end against anybody, she would have won. So, I don't know. Again, like, it is a tough debate. It really comes down to what is your goal. Where, like, with, like, Tiffany and Hannah, by the end game their goal wasn't to necessarily win, but to guarantee a black winner. And in that case, then, like, yeah, obviously Final 6 with all of the cookout is what guarantees that for sure. But again, it would have been nice if if Tiffany had been able to play a bit more for herself at the very end there.
But yes. So, are you ready to go get what you've been searching for the last 6 months? Or are you just going to stand there with your mouth open?
Tiffany, DX, Hannah, Kylan, Xavier. Yeah, I mean, like, really at the end of the day, like, I don't think getting rid of DX was really the death knell for Tiffany, mainly because of, like, yeah, like, DX had a lot of win equity, and also had a lot of potential to win out. So, yeah, getting rid of DX is, like, even though it did worsen Tiffany's position, I think if it had been a situation where the cookout hadn't existed, I would have said, like, keep DX in that situation. It really wasn't the death knell for her. I think it's when she gets rid of Claire that's really, like, yeah. Now we're really, like, fully sabotaging her game. Because, again, like, DX is someone that definitely had a lot of win equity and would have been pretty much the only person, like, non-cookout person that would have had a large chance of winning there. Because again, yeah, like I think Tiffany would have won against anybody. I think Xavier would have won against anybody but Tiffany. And even against Tiffany, I think it would have been a close fight. Kylan, I think, could have won. The problem with Kylan is that there definitely were people that were anti-Kylan. The question is, was there enough to lose him the game? I don't think there was in most scenarios, but there's definitely a chance of that. And then Hannah, I'm a bit more conflicted on. I think by the time Hannah goes home, she definitely had a lot of win equity. I don't know if she necessarily did, like, earlier, like, relatively early on in the game. But you can't open it, right? Because it, yeah, because it gets jammed, right? Yeah, we should get the fire clean thing.
Are you kidding me?
I think we're in luck.
In luck? The door is completely messed up.
Obviously. But despite the malfunction, you can still get through.
Actually, I wonder what would have happened. Like, if we got to a final two, where it ended up being, like, let's say DX had won out, and DX had gotten to the end against Big D. Would the cookout have still voted for Big D in that situation to guarantee the black winner?
Just enough to
Or would they be at that point like, fuck it, we can't do this. We can't get Big D to win. We gotta vote for Derek. Like, I do wonder what would have happened in that situation. Because that would have been, yeah, that would have been the game, right? 5 votes, 9-person jury. So Cookout could decide the winner there if they were to fully go through the plan.
You'll need a spark coil from within a Leap Lash's power cell. Remove the power cell.
Oh, do we already have it? Does that carry over through New Game Plus?
Got it. Well, I already have some deep water kindleweed. Just need to get the parts.
No, okay, you can't. Interesting, so you still have to do this anyway. I mean, like, with Kylan, it's, because, like, you had people like, I don't think Azza, unless she was going, like, fully in on the, or wanting a black winner, and if he was up against a non-black person, then I think Azza might have voted for Kylan, but, like, I don't think Azza wanted to vote for Kylan. I don't think Brittany, I don't think ever votes for Kylan's. I think with, like, DX and Claire, it would have been dependent on who he's up against. SB is interesting. It does seem like SB would have voted for Kylan, though, based on what we've heard postseason. But she was, like, very bitter at the time, especially, like, before the cookout stuff was, like, fully revealed. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, if it's Xavier and Kylan at the end, like, essentially if Kylan had won out and taken Xavier to the end, it would have been, I forgot, it would have been actually DX would have voted for Kylan, right? I think that's what it was. Because it was a 6-3 vote. I'm trying to remember the 3 votes. It was SB, Tiffany, and I believe it was DX then. So again, like, I think, like, Brittany and Azza, I think, are unlikely to vote for him. I think Big D would come down to, like, how he left Big D. Like Claire, I think Claire didn't want to vote for Kylan, but again, if there wasn't like a better option, I think she would have. Oh, wrong weapon. Where'd it go? God damn it. I don't think they would have, especially if accomplished more. Or if they accomplished their goal of getting every black person in the jury. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. Because, especially if we're talking in the situation where like none of the cookout turned against each other. If it had been a situation where like just DX won out or something. I don't know. I feel like it would have been a tough time for like Tiffany to actually end up voting for Big D. Like I don't think I can see that. I think that's the only chance Big D has of winning the season, is really just hoping that hoping that he got to the end against someone that wasn't in the cookout, and then hoping that the cookout sticks true in wanting the first black winner. I don't think he gets the jury votes in any other way. Wait, how am I not getting this at this point? Wait, are there no other ones left? Oh, fuck, it's at 3 o'clock already? Yeah, so we'll definitely end after we get the igniter. Did I fuck this up? Like, there's no other leaps. Was it leap lashers? Whatever they're called. Let's just see. Special gear. Wait, but it says I have it. So, like, do I still need to craft it then? Yeah, it still says unavailable. Let's see, what happens? I can't fast travel? Well, that's kind of annoying. I was hoping to reset the things. Anyway, I guess we might as well, like, wind things down here. Okay, I think once it came back. So again, we'll be back on Sunday. We will continue on with this. Obviously by then, again, Big Brother. We'll see what happens. A lot of crazy shit could happen here. We will also obviously be 1 day away from Survivor SA. I mean, I guess really, like, that's probably all we'll really have to talk about. I mean, obviously, who knows what happens in terms of maybe some more 43-44 news, maybe Australian Survivor news, maybe Challenge news. You never know. But that's probably all the stuff that we're, like, actually guaranteed to get. Oh, it's not dead yet? Oh, okay. I knew it was something weird like that.
Thanks. Very helpful.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there. Wait, so which one's the power cell? So, okay, not what I want to do. Let's use tear then. Oh, okay. Well, that was something. What's a bomb tier winner that could actually win again? I'm due for, there's probably a decent amount. Because like when I rank the wins, it's not really based on how like repeatable they are necessarily. It's more so like on how much like agency they had in them. So it's like I feel like someone like a Natalie White, people like Vesepia, oh fuck off, that really didn't work. Michelle Fitzgerald, like people like that could definitely win again. It's just I don't find their wins impressive from my point of view. God damn it. Is this it here? Nope, it's not. Again, also, again, like obviously I just finished the 4344 video. That'll be released on Saturday. BBAU video will be next Wednesday. Edited both of them today. I'm in the process of editing the pre-merge ranking, which I'm really not that far into it, but I'll probably try to get that done by the end of the week. After I'll edit the post-merge ranking. So those are things I'm working on. And yeah, I mean, really it's a lot of editing of Survivor videos moving forward. God damn it.
Carefully. Power cell breaks if it's still attached when the machine goes down.
Where'd the other, God damn it. Do I really need to do this again? That's annoying. It would be hilarious if Natalie White won again. I mean, I guess to be fair, like I guess that's like under the assumption that the game is the same. Because like in the modern landscape of Survivor, I don't know, like can Natalie White win again? I guess that's actually probably a little bit less likely, unless Natalie White were to like become a much more active player nowadays. I do feel like Natalie White would probably struggle with winning the game now. But so I feel like Michelle Fitzgerald could win the game. I think that's one. Fuck, did they not respawn? Oh, there's one right there. Maybe like a Jenna Maraska, depending on how she approaches the game. And Mike Holloway, I think could win. Ben could probably win again. Wait, let's see. There we go. Tag part. Okay, so it's on the back. That's kind of annoying. How am I supposed to get that from here? Well, I guess technically the point's that I'm not. Okay, that's perfect. But I think my opinion on winners of war would have been soured if Tony didn't win. I think it definitely would have been soured if Natalie Anderson won. Like if Sarah had won, I think my opinion is like mostly the same. It's definitely like I think no matter what, Tony is like the best outcome for me. There we go. We got it. But yeah, like Tony for me is like definitely the best outcome. I could have I would take a Sarah win. I think like outside of that, I think it would have been slightly underwhelming. But I think Natalie Anderson would have been like the worst case scenario. But like to me, I think the appropriate way to end Winners at War is by having a win that you can clarify as like this is the best player of all time at this point. And I think Tony did just that. Like had an extremely dominant win, like put him in the conversation to where I think most people would say he's the best player of all time at this point. Again, like I would still have him number one on my ranking, but like I'm still not like 100% secure in that, especially because of his Game Changers appearance. But it's like still, I would quantify him as the best player of all time, and I feel like that is a satisfying way to have Winners at War conclude, is by having a win of that caliber. I think like anything outside that would be underwhelming. So like even if you have like someone like a big name, like even if you had like Jeremy Collins somehow, despite having a mediocre game at the time he's voted out, if he had like won a few immunities, won the fire making at the end, got to the end and won, it's like obviously it's cool to have Jeremy as a 2-time winner, like someone that had a very impressive first win, seems like a really great player. I still think it's underwhelming to have him win in that way on Winners at War. But again, for Tony to play a near flawless game on Winners at War of all seasons, I think definitely was
I think I'm in.
the perfect way to end that.
But I could use this igniter if I find more places.
So
focus on the task at hand, Aloy.
We'll end in a second here. I don't remember where the checkpoint is, if it's here or there. Either way, we should have had one. When is that? 3:07. So yeah, that's right now. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is it. I can't do a manual save, which is kind of annoying, but again, the autosave should be good enough.
Place is flooded.
And
there's another gene lock door on the other side.
So, I mean, I guess one here. I mean, the thing about Game Changers, like the thing that rectifies it for me, like with Game Changers and Tony, is the fact that he came into Game Changers knowing he had no shot. Like he came into Game Changers knowing like the massive target on his back, and like because that he decides to essentially like play up all the things about his Kageon game, in the hopes that by him playing it up, he would kind of like endear himself, and like obviously he ends up being like kind of wrong, but also it's like he had no shot anyway. Like his target was like so massive in that season that it didn't really matter what he was going to do anyway. And like even in the sense that like at least he like still like voted out Sierra. He was part of like an initial majority alliance at one point. Like that's still like somewhat impressive considering the target on his back. Mind you, he does like make the mistake of making it a bit too open to how much he distrusts Sandra and that sort of thing, which is like a bit of a flaw. But like it's not like absolutely like abysmal game in Game Changers, under the context of that, like again, he knew he had no shot, and he did have no shot. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that like makes you question, like, can he really be the best of all time when he had like when he was like second boot on a season, especially against like some other people that didn't have like a run that is that bad on paper. Like I think it's someone like even a Parvati on Winners at War. Like that's her worst appearance, and she still makes it like decently far into the pre-merge of that game. Even Boston Rob has never had an appearance of going out that early. So yeah, it does make you question, but still, I would probably still have him as the best player of all time. But yeah, like I definitely think there are like arguments to be made for other people, but still. So yeah, again, we'll end here. Next time we'll continue on with this. We will also probably have a lot of Big Brother to talk about, so that should be fun. And yeah, I mean, I guess that is it. It's past 3 o'clock, so almost 4 hours in this stream, so that is something. But yeah, see you guys on Sunday, and yeah, see you guys next time.